was trying to hear you, and then Adam's laughing, and it's
Because I
awesome.
was like,
because I thought it was good.
Tell me.
So now I have to walk around in a black box suit, like on the street, and I'm telling people I'm going to infect you with 5G.
oh my god.
That's exactly what you're going to be doing. Yeah,
Because
perfect.
I would do that. We really got Adam going, didn't we?
Oh,
Yeah,
I wasn't laughing at you at all.
Who was?
I was sitting in Minecraft like, why aren't these dumbasses joining? And then I was like, I'm going live, and then I realized I had to send out invites.
Oh,
Also, I'm still living at the Bellevue, Washington from like 3 years ago.
he's laughing more at the fact that T-Mobile hired him to be the fucking home internet spokesperson.
I would
5G's
turn it
gonna
down.
rape you.
You're gonna have to go to Bellevue, Washington, and we're gonna
I
pay you a
can't join the
seven-figure
thing. Can you
salary.
send me another invite?
I would turn it down. You can't join?
It won't do anything. So I followed the invite and it opened Minecraft. That was all it did. Then I tried to use the invite again and it was like, nah, bruh.
You already used it.
So wait, you turned down a seven-figure salary if they offered you a spokesperson job for home internet?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't sell my soul for that.
I
If
would.
they promised you that they'd put money into
Hmm.
Sony to revive Infamous and
Yeah,
create
it didn't
Infamous
do anything
3
either,
and the
Adam.
remakes, plus a
Kevin,
seven-figure
it sounds
salary,
like you have to close Minecraft and then reopen Minecraft and then accept the invite.
Glass tumbler.
would you say yes to that?
Glass
No,
straw.
Not even for an
Glass straw.
Infamous remake and Infamous
it
3.
wouldn't. I'm not selling T-Mobile home internet because it's literally one of the worst services I've ever used in my entire life.
Okay,
Ooh.
what if they remade Infamous and
You just say the one thing they need to do: fix their service.
they fixed their service, okay?
I don't
Seven
believe it.
figure salary, okay? And and
I'm
your
with
name
Kevin.
gets
I
to
don't
be in the
believe it.
credits of Infamous.
Um,
Seven-figure salary, though, man. I would do it
More
just for a
strikes.
seven-figure salary. You know what I mean?
Four.
Kevin, you didn't have T-Mobile home internet.
I'm an easy sell. I can convince people to buy shit.
No, Kevin, I can too.
Gotta be careful not to drop
I
it.
know I can. I have
Also,
in the
seven.
past, and I will in the future. But I will never
That was
convince
like
anybody to buy
6.
T-Mobile home internet. And it is now my life
That
mission
was
to tell
like
people not to buy
11.
it.
Amazon.
Just sell it off. Because it shouldn't exist anymore. It's literally the worst
I
service
take
I've
iced
ever
coffee in
used.
the morning.
Who the fuck are you
Because I
talking
usually.
to?
His
Oh,
mom, our mother,
yeah.
my mother.
Charisse Theron.
Charlize Theron? Good actress.
So who? Your mom.
The woman that shows up at the end of Doctor Strange 3 in the purple suit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange 3.
Or
Your
2?
mom's in
Is that
Doctor
2?
Strange 3?
Yeah, whatever. That movie sucks. It doesn't matter. She's at the end of 2.
Don't listen. Go.
Did you like my diss of Doctor Strange 2 in the chat today?
I did not even see it. To be
Oh,
honest.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. Hey, Kevin. Got nominated for 11 Oscars. It's a multiverse movie, and it's better than... I was like, it's better than Doctor Strange. More proof.
I'm not arguing that point.
Thank you.
I agree with you. Desnote, are you coming in here? You muted himself. Okay,
Um,
well,
I'm
let's.
here.
Oh, okay.
Where? What?
Just not in the game.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
so are you coming in here? Okay. You thought he would ask that to you if you were not in the party chat, but you answered that thinking it was a question about are you in the party chat. Got it. Okay. Interesting. Very confusing, but
Adam's
whatever.
comprehension of logic is very interesting. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, everybody,
Comprehension of
welcome
logic.
once
That's
again.
an interesting statement in and of itself. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes,
Kevin, we'll
yes.
talk about that later.
Alright.
Every, every, shut up. Everybody, welcome to another episode of Crafting a Chat. Here we are in episode 129. We're probably
We're
going to
still here.
rename this
Why?
this chat. Well, okay, listen. Don't ask why. Ask Who else can you brainwash to watch this? Please.
Ooh.
We need viewers. We need to eventually get
Really?
somewhere with this. I don't want to be on episode 500 and we still have the same 14 people who subscribe to us.
All right, I'll hit it. I'll hit the subscribe to at 15. How about that? I mean,
You
Wait
mean you
till
didn't
episode
already
499 though.
We're probably gonna change our name from Crafting a Chat to the Last of Us Spoiler Cast, but we'll announce that change.
We're definitely not doing that, but
Yeah, I think
we
we're
have
gonna do
episode titles, so it's okay.
Mhm.
Anyway, gentlemen, how are y'all feeling on this Tuesday evening, January 24th?
feel pretty good.
Good, good.
Thanks for asking.
Okay, Adam,
Doing alright.
good.
Nice to meet
Adam,
again.
fuck off.
All right, welcome to later. We're going to talk about that. What he said, Kevin. Now, very interesting. What do you mean? What?
I forgot something. Apparently.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. We're moving on.
All right,
Okay.
we're moving on.
I'm good
Gentlemen,
though. Thanks for
as we
asking.
normally, oh, good, fantastic. I always am concerned about my friends and co-hosts and whatever I consider you at that point.
You're really selling this.
Yeah, absolutely. As we normally start
Yep.
this, what did we all play last week, gentlemen? Anybody want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll
Good.
start it off.
Oh, great, fantastic, Kevin. Please
Oh,
go
look
right
at
ahead.
that. That's what I didn't play. Destiny.
Oh God.
So let's see. What did I
Wow.
play? I played Diablo 3. I played some more of that game, Nobody Saves the World, with Jensen. And
We got close to getting that dino costume.
yeah.
Yeah, close.
And I think that's it. That's all I played.
I
Oh
think
no,
that's
no,
all we
and I
played.
also played a little bit of Call of Duty, so I could finish the Battle Pass for the season. There you
When
go.
did you play Call of Duty and you didn't invite? Oh no, that was probably.
Because you
You know
weren't
what?
on.
That was probably one of the nights I
Yo,
wasn't
you
on.
were at work, my guy.
Yeah.
Amazing. We don't work at the same time. Huh? How about that?
No, I know, it's weird. We usually just try to synchronize our schedules to work at the exact same time.
Only
But
I work where you work, you know. Anyway,
I think I saw you hop on at like 3 a.m. last night or something like that.
yeah, that's coming up later.
Good.
Oh boy.
Great.
There's a
Fantastic.
reason I was on at 3 a.m. I watched The Last of Us episode 1 and 2 until 5 a.m.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Okay,
no
good
spoiler.
job, good job.
Yeah, good job. Thank you, Kevin, for doing that. Really appreciate it. We'll get into that. That's my topic. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I know. Yep,
I know. I'm telling Destinoto.
Oh,
He's got
so,
loose lips.
Loose lips.
And more
Destinoto.
importantly, he wasn't here when I said it earlier.
Oh,
So his lips aren't that loose. Very tight
I
lips.
thought he was pretty
I'm
tight
gonna stop
last
talking.
time I remember.
What did you just say about your own brother's lips?
No, ignore that. Never mind. Anyway,
Welcome to the
Destinoto, what'd you-
podcast that's filmed in Alabama. Gay Alabama.
Sweet home Alabama.
Sour. No, that can't be.
Kevin, no. Kevin, no.
All right, Destinoto, what'd you do? What'd you play? What'd you see? Who'd you fuck?
didn't fuck anyone.
Oh,
Yes,
Nice, good.
this is good.
Watched Last of Us episode 2. More on that later. What else did I watch? There's a new series from based on Junji Ito's manga. They had a whole season of like adapting some of his stories, but now there's another new show with that. So I watched like 6 episodes of that. The first one was kind of just really weird. The rest of them were pretty creepy though, like I would expect from his content. It's all just weird, creepy ass like stuff you would never ever think about. I don't know how his mind creates the shit that's in the show, but it's there, and you could see it. You could see how his brain works. I don't know how it does what it does, but it's so cool. It's called Junji Ito Maniac: Japanese Tales of the Macabre. Um, pretty good. Halfway through the season.
Actually sounds like something I might watch.
Yeah, and the first series they made is called wait, did they take it off? Wow, I think they took it off Netflix. There's
Wow, alright,
another,
cool. Guess I'm not
yeah.
gonna watch it.
Well, I mean, they're all separate stories, right? So,
Oh, okay.
it's all a bunch of short stories mixed in it's 20 short stories mixed into 12 episodes, and each episode's about 25 minutes long. But yeah, you don't have to watch the first series that they put out to watch this one because they're all different. But I would definitely recommend watching that as well if you do like the one that just came out on Netflix.
Okay.
I don't know where else you could find that because I'm pretty sure it was on Netflix. Let me check Hulu real quick. It is not on Hulu either. Wow, crazy. Well,
Anime is going in like all different directions with like which streaming service they want to go on. I think My Hero is showing only
yeah,
on Hulu, and then like, oh no, not My Hero. What's that other one? Tokyo Revengers. That one's only showing on Hulu. Disney Plus is apparently taking anime. Crunchyroll's not even getting all the newest releases. I'm like, what is going on? Why is anime going all over the
yeah, it's kind of
Money.
odd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hundred
money
money,
is
I
showing
get.
being
everywhere.
thrown everywhere, so I guess that's it. Like
I
the
get it, but
new,
I thought that's why
the
Sony
most,
bought Crunchyroll to be like on and Funimation to be like, hey, this is where you're gonna watch all the anime.
I mean, the majority's on there, right? There's like
Yeah,
select ones that
but you
maybe
have
might
like
not
that's a
be.
hot show. Like Tokyo Revengers is a real hot show. Um, and then shit, there was another one that went to Disney Plus that I saw. I was like, how the hell is this on Disney Plus?
The new season of Bleach is on Hulu.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man's on Hulu.
Why is that not on Crunchyroll or
I think
Funimation?
Chainsaw Man is on Crunchyroll.
But Bleach is
It
not,
is.
and Bleach is big.
Bleach, yeah, they might have signed something to be Hulu only or something.
Craziness.
Yeah, definitely check that out if you like weird horror. Like, it just out of this world. You never think about it. Horror. And also body horror. There's some body horror in there too. Some weird shit. But it's cool. Because I've never seen it before.
I want me some body horror.
Let's see here. Didn't
I look in the
watch
mirror and I get body horror every day.
too many shows. I watched a decent amount of YouTube, I guess. Man. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I played a tiny bit of Returnal, and it's
What?
really hard to get back into that game.
Why? Why?
Like getting used to how fast everything is. It's hard.
No. Why did you start Returnal back up?
Platty.
Oh, because I wanted to get back into it, because I never got through the story fully. So
I beat the story before you.
yeah, well, I was like, I think I was
Alone.
on the third biome, the underwater one, and I couldn't get past that, and then I dropped it at some point to play
Well,
something
if you want
else.
me to come
Or...
play with you, I'll
I
play with
thought you
you and
went back
myself or
and
Kevin.
beat it at one point, though.
I never got through the whole thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Kevin or I can probably help you to get past.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
co-op.
saw you can do the co-op now throughout the whole
Co-op
game.
is way cooler,
cool.
better than playing single player, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that.
But yeah, I did get to the underwater place and then I died. hard to keep track of everything when you haven't played that game in so long.
Indeed.
And then, so I took that out. It's not like I'm never gonna play it again, but felt like playing some Elden Ring today. So I went into Elden Ring, and I remembered exactly where I stopped. And it was in this one little town, or I don't know, kingdom town place. I don't know what to call it. Bunch of castle walls around me, and there's this double boss, famously seen in previous Dark Souls game. It's not the same people, but it's a similar situation where you gotta fight two bosses at once. One spawns and the other spawns at a certain time during the fight. So if you don't kill the first one quick enough, you're gonna have to fight two of them at once. And
That's the one on the rooftop, I think.
no, that was
There's multiple double bosses in Elden Ring, by the way. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think there's like 15, I think.
You,
Wow.
Decimoto, you seen this one girl on Twitch who's playing Elden Ring or Dark Souls or Demon, one of the games.
I have refrained to watch those videos.
Why?
Why would I watch that when I can't get through the game myself?
Okay, so here's my question what I was going to ask. You said double boss, right? She's playing a double stream, one on PC and one on PlayStation. But the one on PC, she's using the dance pad to play with, and then she's using her controller to play the PlayStation one, and she's doing them both at the same time.
Yeah, I don't understand.
She's been escalating. She's literally been escalating, because I remember sharing stuff with Decimoto about when she was just doing like one at a time, and then she did like a weird controller, and then she did the dance pad, and now she's doing two playthroughs.
How?
She streams it all too, so you can literally watch her do it and what her strategy is.
I saw that, and I'm like, how the
real
hell
good at the game.
The most confusing thing was being able to move both at the same time. How the fuck is your brain working like that?
She's real good at it.
My brain can't comprehend what she's doing, so I don't know how she's actually doing what she's doing.
I'm sorry, it was a side tangent thing. I thought of that, and I was like, oh my god, that's impressive.
I know exactly who you're talking about. And,
we all do.
There's a lot of people who do that too. Yeah. For the other
Kevin,
games as well.
I know. I didn't count you as all of us, if I gotta be honest.
I should never be counted as all.
No, I just knew you wouldn't know and didn't care.
I thought that was really impressive when I saw her do it. I was like, what the fuck? How the fuck
Certainly
is your brain working?
But
I just was very confused. I was like, what?
I like the people being like, go touch grass. Like, sir, she has touched grass. Like, go outside. That's what people say to, like, losers now. Go
you
touch
never
grass.
heard that phrase before?
Somehow, he's acting like he's never heard it before. But we've definitely talked about it on here, especially, and he's participated in that conversation.
Go touch grass.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
I have never heard that.
Yeah. I've never heard of you either. This is my first time. This is our first time meeting. Hello, nice to meet you.
What does that mean?
Go touch grass.
Are you telling me to go touch ass?
No. Sometimes I think your stupidity is fake, and then I remember who you are.
Thank you. That's a compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you.
What?
And I go, I wish it was fake.
Anywho, Decimoto, anything else you got?
That's about it.
Okay. Alright. Adam, you want to go next or you want me to go?
You can go.
Okay. What did I play this week? I played more of Nobody Saves the World with my good buddy Kevin. I'm sorry. I also just played Call of Duty a little bit. I played more Crisis Core. I'm trying to finish it, even though Adam says it's a 10-hour game. I don't know what the hell's taking me so long.
Well, you're trying to platinum it at the same time.
I am, yes, I am at the same time. That's why it's taking forever for me. Yeah, trying to beat that. Finish that up. I did not receive my copy of Forspoken yet, unfortunately. FedEx is the worst mail delivery service in America, probably around the
Yeah.
world. I despise them, and I hope that they go bankrupt one day. They are up there with Ubisoft.
They got better boxes
So,
than UPS though,
I will wholly endorse
like drop-off
Ubisoft.
boxes.
No, I will wholly endorse UPS for everything that they do because UPS is on time, always picks up
What
the
if they
packages.
paid you a 7-figure salary though?
Yeah, I'll endorse them. UPS.
No, I mean FedEx. What if they paid you a 7-figure salary?
Oh no, never, never. You could never make me do it.
Oh,
I endorse
interesting.
the shit out of them. I
Interesting.
couldn't endorse them enough.
Even if you told me that they would go and massacre Ubisoft, no. Even if you told me that they would give me everything
I'm not
I
giving you
wanted,
any more options, so you don't have to run down all the ones.
even if you
That was
told
it.
me
No,
that
we got it.
they would
It's
make
okay.
our podcast the most popular thing in the world, no,
I
never.
don't want that.
Even if you told me,
If we got famous, you'd be canceled.
no, I'd have all those right-wing dudes on my side at that point. It's okay, it's all good.
Oh, and you'd be mad at M&M's and Xbox?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'd join that cult. I'd have all those guys on my side. You'd have all the rainbow people on your side.
Who's on my side?
Oh, the D&D people. Everybody plays D&D.
School shooters.
Oh my god!
I didn't even go.
Oh my lord!
I didn't even go. I just. Oh
How
my
did I
god.
reach out to these people?
All the weebs would be with
The
Death Note.
FBI is still trying to figure that out, Kevin.
I don't know how. I just. All the gym jocks and all the weebs would be with Desonoto. That's who would be him with him.
I don't think anybody would be with Desunoto.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
No, that sounded way meaner than anything else. I just mean
He's just
like
on a rampage tonight.
no, I
man.
just
know
don't
what's
think
wrong with him.
anybody would be like Desunoto's not coming off as passionate most of the time. So I don't think everybody would be like, yeah, I don't care if he's there or not, like he's just the guy. Other than that
No,
crazy
you know who would
guy,
be there?
the other
You know who
crazy
would be
guy,
there?
and the third
The
crazy
people who
guy.
like chicken. The people who like
The
chicken.
the people who like ASMR. They're there for the chewing.
Yeah.
You got the sickos.
Wow.
Kevin May got the school shooters, but you got the worst of the worst. The people who like to hear people chew.
He goes back to the school. Okay.
Oh my god.
That's no. Have you
What
ever
did
thought
I
about
do?
starting like an ASMR channel?
I
Let's
have
just do an
not.
ASMR of like eating, and I wonder.
Don't
how
do
many subscribers
that.
you'll
Please
get.
don't do that.
Why?
I hate it.
Do it. Make one. Please. I want you to make one. I'll help you endorse it. It's okay.
Why are we endorsing everything?
I don't know.
Just something that I
Fine.
thought of. Don't worry about it.
Fine,
Don't worry
fine.
about
You know what? You know what? I endorse.
School shooters?
No, come on now. I wasn't gonna say that. I held back. And I gotta be honest, I'm so happy and proud of you for saying that, Genesis. I'm so happy. But also, come on, we gotta stop with that. Come on. Kevin
No, we
doesn't
gotta stop.
endorse.
Yeah, no. We
Kevin's
don't endorse
not.
anything
That
like
was a
that.
joke.
School shooters
School
are bad.
shooters don't look up to Kevin. Kevin
Please
hates
protect your
them.
children. Don't do anything
Yeah,
like that.
protect
No.
your children.
Yeah,
Please
be safe.
protect your children.
Get into schools with your own guns and kill the school
Oh my god.
Honestly, more effective than the police. It seems.
Yep.
100%. Well,
Politics.
you guys fucking
And there
suck.
you go. And Genesis lost the right.
It's gone. Rights left me. They're like, this guy's not as cool as we thought.
Oh.
I
Anyway.
endorse Bernie.
I think if we could get Bernie Sanders to, you know what? I'm going to see if I can reach out to Bernie Sanders. I'm going to join the podcast for one episode.
2016, here we come, baby!
And I'm going to have an aneurysm. He'll be like, oh. Alright, anyway.
Oh my god.
I also watched The Last of Us episode 1 and 2. And I think that's pretty much it. Did I miss anything? No, I didn't. Adam, what you do?
I platinumed my time at Porsche.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's platinum 128.
Wow, if it was 129, it would have been extremely, on par with our episode. Well, Platinum 129, episode 129, you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't worry. I do have something special planned. Don't worry about that. And then, I tried Just Cause 4 again. Ugly. It's an ugly game. It's a real ugly game.
It is a very ugly game.
It's not.
That is one of the ugliest I've seen.
One of the ugliest I've seen as well. Definitely not in my favorites of the Just Cause. It wasn't glitching anymore, thankfully. But after an hour and a half or so with it, I was done. I deleted it. I'm not playing that again. Didn't really play anything else. Mostly watch shows. Of course, Last of Us 1 and 2 we'll talk about momentarily. And then I watched a comedy show called Abbott Elementary. It's literally Parks and Rec, but in a school, where you follow teachers and a principal. It's very funny, and I enjoy it quite a bit.
School shooters.
I think there is supposed to be an episode about school shooting, like sometime in season 2 or 3 or something like that, but it hasn't aired yet. I think they're making one, but yeah, I don't know. It's really funny because there's like a Leslie Knope type of main character, and she's like trying to do the best for the school, but the school sucks.
Kevin, you should endorse that school shooter for that show.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny.
People like this. Oh my god, I'm gonna shove this.
Highly recommend. It's 2 seasons.
Sit on you.
First season has 13 episodes. Second season has 22, but it's in the middle of airing. But I caught up in like a day. So can't wait to watch more of that, and just real funny. So yeah, and then I think that's all I watched. Yeah, that's it. So that's all I played too.
Cool, thank you. I think we should do the scores first for February before we get into this topic, because this may drag on like the entire podcast.
It will. I have
so
no topic.
Let me do that real quick.
You have no topic, you said, Kevin?
I was going to think about topics, and then I watched The Last of Us episodes 1 and 2, and I'm like, I don't need them.
Fantastic. All right. Oh God, I'm so nervous and excited. All right, Genesis, whenever you're ready.
We got a couple games to rate here.
Yeah, we do.
So, first of all, I do need from specifically Desinoto and Kevin, I need your score for SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake. The Cosmic Shake.
Fuck is SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake?
The sequel to Battle of the Bikini Bottom.
What did I yourself? I don't know if you're taking your own scores. And
can you please for fun?
Cordis? No, we already gave him that name.
Quadriplegic.
I had some.
That's a Q.
Cylinder.
Make it a C.
Cylinder.
We've used Cylinder.
Oh, we have?
It's one of the oldest ones. Oh, we haven't used Colander. Colander it is. Colander. I can't believe you said quadriplegic. What the fuck, Genesis?
we are on a great streak.
Also, tonight, folks, I'm like 60% sure we've used quadriplegic with a C before. But yeah, Colander. We might have used that one too, but it's not sticking.
Coriander.
We've used that.
Yeah, we definitely used that one. Have we used Colander? Do I have to come up with something even more ridiculous?
Now, Colander sounds like something we might have used, but I think it's simple enough that we never used it, so I'm sticking with it. So
I got another one.
What's the other one?
Caulk.
We used caulk.
Oh, okay.
We definitely used caulk because I think Genesis said one, and then I said one, and then Kevin, you suggested caulk.
Oh, okay.
And then I think I said Yeah, we have, because that was one of the first times we used him on an episode where we weren't swearing,
Okay.
or where we were
What about
swearing. So.
what about Cook?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Stop throwing out c words. We already picked one. Just pick one and go.
All right, so Cook and Adam here had respectively. Cook said 78. Adam said 70.
Wow, you let Cuck go before me? What does that say about me?
What is going on tonight?
I'm sorry, that was a good joke.
No, it's good. It's good. Yeah. So, folks, I need your scores, please. Kevin, you want to give me a score?
I missed what the other two were, so just tell me if it's a repeat. I'll go 70.
70 is taken.
I'll go 68.
68 it is. Desnoto, give me a score.
69.
All right,
Ooh.
cool 69.
Oh, right, we're
give me
doing
a second.
Open Critic now, right?
We are using Open Critic. I am the one doing the scores. Kevin,
The
I
scores
understand.
aren't really that much different from
Are they
Metacritic.
like generally higher though?
Some of them are also generally lower.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Because
I'll keep
some like fan sites aren't on OpenCritic, so like super biased reviews in either direction are limited on both.
Okay.
Kevin, I will give my score since you asked so nicely.
I
You said please.
would like everybody to be playing even if you can't win.
I gotcha. I'm going to 75 on this.
All right.
Respect.
All right. Next game. So now that's January games out of the way. I had to take that because that was January 31st and no reviews came out for it yet. So our February games. I got the first one here.
Two bangers. 2 Game of the Year contenders.
I got Deliver Us Mars.
It is not one of. Wait, isn't it already out?
No. Deliver Us Mars is not out yet.
Hold on a minute. I call
February
shenanigans.
2nd.
I'm checking. Swear I saw. I'm actually interested in this game. Oh yeah, no, it's not out yet. Okay, cool.
Kevin, score.
Oh, I want this game to be good. I'm gonna go with 74.
74. Desinoto, score.
What was the game?
Deliver Us Mars.
Deliver Us Mars.
So glad I don't have to do this anymore.
Hold on.
Alright, I'm gonna skip you for right now. I'll come back to you. Adam, give me a score.
77.
77. I'm gonna give this a 70. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 70. I'm gonna give it a 72.
You think it's going to be worse than Deliver Us the Moon, huh?
Yeah, that rated at what?
74.
Yeah, 72 is good.
Hmm.
Desinoto, what you got?
74.
Already said that.
Kevin.
Oh. 75.
75.
Old reliable is what I call 75.
Alright, next game up. Let's see here. I got. Oh, here. Clash. Artifacts of Chaos. Desinoto, give me a score.
Clash.
Clash. Artifacts of Chaos. Coming out February 9th.
Sorry, I just bit my lip.
I can use it in a sentence. Clash Artifacts of Chaos is coming out February 9th.
I like how my phone said Clash Artifacts of Chair.
I can use it in
Classic.
a synonym. Clash Artifacts of Misfortune.
What the hell is this game?
Hold on.
That was a synonym because I didn't replace all the words. Fighting.
Oh, the Xenoclash.
Relics of
Okay.
Craziness. There you go. That's a synonym.
75.
75.
All reliable.
Kevin, what you got?
63.
63. Adam, what you got?
I'm gonna go. This is difficult because this team pumps out 70, 80 games. I think I'm gonna believe in them.
Series has never done well.
Yeah, but a lot of the games they've done not in Xenoclash have also reviewed like higher 70s.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna go 78.
Ooh.
Damn, I wrote down 78 for me. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I know. I heard you writing
What?
it down. I heard a 7, and then I heard a 9, and then I heard that cross off, and then I heard a murder. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. My ears
That
wrong.
was the thing. I'm rating it 79.
79. I was gonna go 79, but I didn't like that. I didn't like a 79.
All right, Kevin.
Yeah.
This is all you, baby. The next game is Hogwarts Legacy.
This is so tough.
Easy.
Give me
This is an easy one.
a score.
So tough. I just don't know. I don't know who is going to review this with what biases. But you know what? I'm going to go with what my heart says. My heart says 88.
Okay, 88. Adam?
I'm with Kevin. I don't know what kind of biases will show up. I know some journalists have come out and said, hey, I'm going to review this without taking into context what is without taking any of the negative criticism of whatever. I'm going to rate the game on the game. And the game to me has always and will always look like an 81.
Okay. Destinoto, give me a score for Hogwarts Legacy coming out February 10th.
Will Old Reliable come out a third time?
I will tell you, there might be reviews as early as February 7th.
Gonna need a minute. I
Okay,
bit my
I'm
lip
gonna
and
give.
it's bleeding. So
You're good. You're good. I'm gonna give my score. I think I'm gonna believe in this.
How hard did he bite his lip?
I think
Or his
pretty
lips
hard.
just chapped, you think?
No, I think he bit his lip pretty hard.
The fuck?
I'm gonna believe in this, and I'm gonna believe in it for Kevin's sake. I'm gonna do what Adam did.
Oh, for Forspoken, don't do that.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna believe in Kevin. I'm gonna go with a 90.
Wow.
Damn.
I really hope.
I'm gonna go with a 90. That's probably shooting me in the foot, but it's okay. I will come back to Desinota for that score. Next one, we got Wanted Dead coming out February 10th. The same day as Hogwarts Legacy. Get fucked.
Well, Hogwarts Legacy, anybody who's a true fan got digital deluxe, and they'll be playing on the 7th like me.
I believe it. Adam, give me a score.
Old Reliable, 75.
Okay then. Desinota, you back?
yeah.
You ready to rate this hog?
Give me Hogwarts Legacy rating.
What was everybody else's score?
I was 90. Kevin was 88. Adam was 81.
Wow, some high scores.
What are you gonna do? You gonna drop a 60 on us?
Nah, it's not a 60.
He's gonna drop Old Reliable.
Oh, 82.
Wow.
82.
I really thought you were
Yeah.
going to go with 84.
82. I'm gonna keep you on the hot seat here. Give me a score for Wanted Dead, coming out the same day as Hogwarts Legacy. Unless you're a true fan, like Kevin said, and you're playing on the
I
7th.
saw that game. At the time, it looked like shit. And I saw it again today.
Yeah, it looks way better.
It looked better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, still bleeding. A little bit.
Adam gave it a 75, just so you know. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tick
We got a
tick
clock
tick
going. We
tick
got bubbles
tick
popping
tick
rapidly. What's going on?
tick 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 tock 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 tock. Any century, Decimoto. Any century.
78.
78.
78. You always do my score plus 3. I know you don't mean to do that, but you always do my score plus 3. Weird.
Kevin,
That is
give me a
weird.
score for Wanted Dead.
Dead or alive. 77, he said, I think.
Yeah, 77.
77.
I felt rude doing that, and you answered so quick.
76.
There it is. We got a line.
Yeah.
If Cuck doesn't give this a 79 or a
Just
74,
put a score in for him. He doesn't care most of the
I'm gonna
time.
kill him.
He will
I'll
probably
ask him.
do that, too. He'll probably do that.
I'll
Kill
ask him.
you?
It's cool.
Yeah,
I'll
probably.
ask him.
He usually, if you tell him the scores beforehand, he'll usually just fill in the line and go, yeah.
That was a good impression of Cuck.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm a good cuck.
All right.
Don't think about that.
Next one. I got Wild Hearts coming out on February 17th. Adam, give me a score for Wild Hearts.
The fuck is Wild Hearts?
Wild Hearts. Is that like in the Wild Arms series?
No, Wild Hearts is that Monster Hunter game that
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
The EA one.
EA Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, this could
God.
be... Oh, this is all over the place. You know, I'm so glad I'm going first. Give me that old reliable.
75.
75.
Kevin, give me a score for Wild Hearts.
Oh, God. This
That,
game
oh
is
my,
so...
that could be a 60 or a 94.
Koei Tecmo and Omega Force, Electronic Arts. Oh, Jesus Christ. 66. I'll go ballsy.
That's pretty
66.
ballsy.
Destinoto, give me a score for Wild Hearts.
Game looks like ass. Chapped ass.
Yes,
At that.
raspberry leaf, yeah. No,
What do you think?
nothing, no
You
caffeine.
think it looks like chapped ass?
No, raspberry leaf.
Slightly.
What?
Excuse
I don't
me?
expect you
Slightly
to.
chapped.
I checked. Don't worry, I checked.
Oh, checked on the slightly chapped ass, apparently. I don't know how to feel about that.
79.
Okay.
Damn, it's high. Alright.
It really could go either way.
It's made by the people who make...
They make the Warriors game. What's that?
all the Dynasty...
Dynasty Warriors. That's
Yep.
what it is.
Yeah,
Actually,
those are great.
I'm going 71 on it. All right. I got another one here. We got quite a few games in February here, folks. What do I do next here? Alright. I know this is a game that Adam is so excited for. He can't wait for this to come out. He's told me multiple times. Okay. Atomic Heart. What do we got, Adam? Give me a score.
Oh, yeah. I would say my most anticipated game of last year. I think Atomic Heart could be good. God, the people who made it are just not the most experienced. But Focus Entertainment usually falls in an area. And I'm going to go positive with it. I'm going to go on the higher end of that. And I'm going to say 83.
Holy shit.
I think 79 is more possible, but I'm going to go 83.
I gotta take some medicine. Kevin, give me a score for Atomic Heart.
I'm gonna go 82.
Destinoto, give me a score for Atomic Heart.
The one robot in the game's kind of hot.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Don't worry about that.
The one.
Hey, you're the score man. You don't talk to us.
What?
Oh.
Confused.
Was 84 taken?
No.
Hang on a
Was 83 taken?
Yeah, I said 83.
Hang on a second.
84.
82?
Stop looking it up! This is exactly why I didn't want you to get distracted.
84 is not taken. You can do 84.
What about 82?
82 is taken by Kevin.
83?
That's me.
83 is taken by Adam.
84.
Okay. I'm gonna give this game a. I'm gonna give this game a 60.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, 81.
81. Okay. Yeah, I'm giving this game a 60. To me, this game doesn't look anything special. 60.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Based on your judgment of Callisto and Forspoken, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, exactly.
That just solidifies my scores.
Trying to help you guys here, okay? I'm trying to help you guys here.
Even though it's not possible for you to win, an effort is nice.
Alright, I'll give an actual score. God damn it.
That's what I thought. 61.
I'll go 90 on this one.
Jesus Christ. You think this looks like a fucking 90?
Yeah, it looks like a 90.
You think it looks like a God of War? Or a Horizon?
A God of War is a 100,000, and a Horizon is a 200,000, so no.
No, Horizon's 88.
Shut up.
Thank you.
Horizon Call of the Mountain.
Currently, God of War is a 94 in Open Critic.
Yeah, God of War's a 94.
Give me a score for
Same
Horizon
as the original.
Call of the Mountain.
Or the 2018 one.
85.
85.
That's a good score.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Give me a score for Horizon Call of the Mountain.
87.
Oh. 87.
I'm going to give it a 90.
Oh. 90.
Adam, give me a score for Horizon Call of the Mountain.
Horizon Call of the Mountain probably is going to be the best PlayStation 2 VR game. It's the one Sony's putting the most money into, it seems. It's the one that's leading the charge. This game has to come out and do gangbusters for Sony. It has to prove that Horizon can be a franchise without Aloy. I'm giving it the Sony curse 88.
You son of a fucking cock.
I think it's gonna get in the 90s. I'm just giving it
Did
an
you know
88.
you're the son of Cuck on this show?
I am, yeah. He's so tall, he doesn't even realize I'm his child. I just fell out of his clavicle. Don't look into that.
So you're a god?
All
Or a
right.
goddess? They all have weird ass
Kevin,
stories for how they were
I
born.
need a
What's up?
score for Like a Dragon Ishin, the Yakuza game Like a
You
Dragon.
sin.
No,
Oh,
no, it
man.
doesn't work like that for this one.
Okay.
You sin. Like a dragon.
I'm gonna steal Old Reliable with a 75.
75.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Wow.
Adam, give me a score for Like a Dragon Ishin.
Give me 1 second. I wanna look something up.
Desunoto, give me a score for Like a Dragon.
86.
86 for Adam. Go ahead, Desunoto, your score.
Let's see where you got 86 from.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
One moment.
Oh, I thought he was about to say 1. I'm like,
Um,
no, add more.
80, 85 taken?
85 is not taken.
85.
I'm gonna give this an 80 exact. Okay, I got Octopath Traveler 2. Kevin.
83.
Adam.
I mean, the first one, it did well. And this one looks like it's improving. I'm gonna go 86 on this one as well.
Okay. Desunoto. Okay. He's dead.
Now he's looking stuff up, probably.
Sorry. Oh, damn. Damn.
So I think the original was like low 80s.
Yeah, 84 on OpenCritic and 83 on Metacritic.
Yeah.
Mm,
Wait, there's 2 numbers on OpenCritic. Is it Top Critic or All Critic? Is 84.
Top Critic.
Okay.
Where's the other one?
There's usually 2. Or it's critics. I forget what it's called. Hold on, let me see.
Oh, the percentage? Critics
yeah,
recommend?
critics recommend, yeah.
Top Critic average is 84.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good
Critics,
with an 86
critics
then.
recommend is 86. Mm, 85.
85. I'm gonna go with 82. Okay. We got a few more to go. Not much left now. Sons of the Forest. Adam.
Oh, Jesus. The Forest is garbage. But I remember it reviewing well, which is wild to me. So I'm going with All Reliable.
75. I'm gonna go 63.
This is a weird, because the original Forest got like 5 out of 10s and also like 9s out of 10s.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 63.
Fucking
I
weird.
think this is gonna be a 63.
I think that's one of the ones on OpenCritic where the score is like in the 80s, but the critic recommends is like in the 50s or something like that.
His 68 critics recommend.
Yeah.
81 Top Critic.
Yep.
Average.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the lower side of the spectrum and go 63 because I don't think they could pump anything else better out of that fucking studio.
Oh,
All right.
Daddy.
Daddy, give me a score.
hell am I reviewing again?
Sons of the Forest.
Oh, this train wreck. 67?
67.
Alright, cool. That's not taken. Not named.
Grandpa, give me a score.
Who's Grandpa?
Desonoto.
I thought you already did.
No, he didn't.
Wow, I'm done.
Kevin, I thought he did also, but I think we were just talking.
79.
Oh, reliable +4.
Alright, I have Scars Above coming out on February 27th. Kevin, give me a score.
What am I doing?
Giving scores.
Give me a score for Scars Above coming out in February.
This is that
27th.
Returnal knockoff, Kevin,
Oh,
that I
yeah,
told you that it
yeah.
looked like Returnal, then you said it didn't, then a couple months later you sent me an article saying it looked like Returnal.
Yeah. But it's not really Returnal, but it is Returnal, but it isn't Returnal.
Yeah, we know, we're there.
Yeah. 72.
Alright, Adam.
Fuck. Oh shit. Oh god, he took it right. I don't want to do over liable. I don't want to do that. But I do think it'll be better than a 72. So I'm going to do 74. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but every point matters.
What's the game?
Scars Above.
Scars Above.
Stars Above.
Scarborough, Scarborough, Scarborough for way too long.
You said Stars Above?
Scars.
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 Like how you have a scar on your lip now from that vicious bite.
Yeah.
Scar from the lion.
It was the inside of my lip, and I bit it like a couple days ago.
Oh.
I think I re-bit it.
This time?
Yeah, I just bit it.
Just a hole in your mouth now.
Yeah.
It's weird
That's
how
why
we've been chewing all of our lives, but every so often we're like, hey, I've never bit this part of my mouth before.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, mouth? Stupid ass tooth.
Yeah.
Teethers.
Teethers.
Tooth.
Scars Above.
Toof. Alright, well, he's
By
thinking.
Madhead Games.
Medhead.
He's thinking. Adam? Are we playing Recreation?
No.
Why do they have so many games that have no scores? What the
Don't
hell?
look at that.
Oh.
Look at it harder.
Look at it until it's hard.
Look at
Oh.
watch it. Look at it until your eyes go hard. I don't know what that means.
Look at it until your eyeballs fall out.
What was everybody else's?
Numbers.
Let's see. Adam
74.
was 74, and Kevin was 72.
Go right in the middle.
70.
You fuck.
I'm gonna go with a toasty 62.
How is that
Ow.
toasty?
Yeah, it's cold, if anything.
I mean, I would consider that toasty. Why would you say toasty? If you're like, I want it to be 89 all the time. Like,
We live in Buffalo, Adam. Anything above 10 is toasty. Okay? That's what
sir,
happens.
water would beg to differ, but all right.
Because water's a rebel, and it's only for people on the right.
Okay. Well, whoosh, God
No,
damn.
Rebel's a coffee.
No, that's black.
Alright.
Coffee.
Kerbal Space Program 2.
There's a second game now? Or...
Kevin, this
Kevin.
has been in development since the first game came out.
I have to
Give me a
review
score,
this
Kevin.
first? Oh,
Hey,
shit.
you want to know a fun fact about this game?
I'm ready.
It's been on our list all 3 years we've done this.
Nice.
And it's finally coming out.
I'm gonna
Which
give
game?
You
Kerbal
fucking
Space
piece of
Program
shit.
it 73.
73. Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear the game.
Kerbal Space Program 2. What's wrong with you? Did you bite your ear off?
I don't think you
Fucking.
can physically do
He
that.
did. Let's be sensitive, alright?
Oh,
The
Kerbal
first
Space.
one.
What the hell is this?
It's a spaceship building game. How have you never
As-
heard of this?
As you
I've
are a
never heard of
libertarian,
this.
I think you should be more sensitive to his ear
Who the
biting
hell's a
skills, okay?
libertarian here?
Kevin, you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, school shooters are libertarians.
Okay.
Don't question it.
That makes sense.
School shooter thing.
Kevin, get out of here with your Gary Johnson vote. He didn't even know the capital of Syria. Wow, what a
Who the hell is
reference.
Gary Johnson?
Gary Johnson ran for president in 2016, and he didn't know the president or the capital of Syria, and he was ridiculed, and then he clearly lost because third party. But also,
I
like,
don't know the capital of Syria.
yeah, but also nobody knows the capital of Syria. But
Yeah.
he fumbled it, but it was like a major political talking point at the time because Syria was going through a bunch of shit, still is, but nobody cares anymore. But
everybody
he
knows
fucked
it.
it up, and nobody else fucked it up, not even the orange guy or the email woman. So everybody was like, "Get out of here," and then he got out of there.
Did you say the orange guy or the email woman?
Email
Yeah.
woman. I'm just going by at the time. I'm not naming those two bastards. All right,
You
I'm
know
not
what? I'm
naming
gonna
either
endorse
of them.
a new thing. I'm endorsing He-Man.
He-Man.
Man.
He-Man
Yeah,
seems
He-Man.
toxic. I gotta be honest. He seems like a
I'm
bad guy.
endorsing He-Man as well.
I'm
Kevin.
gonna go
Let's full on.
Kerbal.
I thought it said E-Man.
No.
What is going on? He bit off both of his ears. He can't hear. He doesn't know what Kerbal Space Program 2 is. I'm gonna go. Destino, you looked up the game. What did you get? High 80s.
On OpenCritic is 81.
Kerbal scored that high? Shit.
Yeah, it did. I'm gonna go 85. It's a good.
85.
It's a good like. It's literally the best spaceship building game.
Yeah, but I thought it'd be like too technical.
Yeah, that's
Score
what the criticism of it was. It's too technical.
It's still 80 though. Can I change my
That's
score?
how good it is.
I know it's good. Can I change my score?
Kevin, you can change it. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're allowed to change your score. I mean, I'm not in
Andy, I can
charge,
change my
but
score. 82.
Okay.
Is that taken?
No.
Ah, damn.
That's no.
80.
80. I'm going to Chile. Chile 83.
also, how are you reading these? You're not going in alphabetical order, but the list is arranged by alphabetical order, so I'm a little concerned on how you're going through these
I'm reading
games.
these by dates.
What?
I'm going by dates.
Jay's coming out, yeah.
I'm going by dates. Don't look at that. Anyway, that is all the games for February, unless I add some more later on, which I have to figure out how to do that on this because it's making spaces all over the place to do this. But that is it for February. Anything that anybody wants to add that they know is coming out in February that has not been mentioned so far? Okay, cool. With that, Adam,
Yep.
it is your turn.
Oh, yeah, Last of Us episode 2 was good. That's all I have to say.
Oh, Lord.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Alright, I don't know how we're gonna do this. Destinoto and I reviewed the first episode. I guess I want to start with... I don't want to start with, hey, what's the... You know what? Let's just get general thoughts. I want to start with Kevin, because I am just give me your base level, keep it under 2 minutes, just give me your base thoughts, and then we'll go episode by episode.
Who's this robot he was talking about in Atomic Heart? Who is this?
Just not the topic.
All
So
right.
Kevin,
So you want my overall thought of the show so far?
overall thought of the first 2 episodes. Keep it under 2 minutes, and then we'll go episode by episode.
What is this?
Okay.
Got no
So
face.
here's what I gotta say. All right. Here's what I gotta say. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, because I don't follow awards very much. Emmys are awards for TV shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need this award show anymore. Here's your winner for category yes.
Okay.
Category yes.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with this show.
Okay.
I really don't. I'm impressed. I'm from moment 1 to what, moment 0? I don't know. Whatever the hell the end of
Yeah.
episode 2 would be. I can't think right now. God damn. Like, I gotta watch it again because it was really, 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 really early in the morning and I was very tired. And I know I dozed off like a little bit here and there, but oh my god, this show, I didn't doze off because of the show. I dozed off because of Kevin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, there's 2 minutes. More later.
All right. Cool. Wow. Glowing review. Genesis, are you turning the tide here? Are you a hater? 2 minutes. Overall thoughts of the show so far.
This is probably going to go down in history as one of Sony's biggest successes that they've done. This show is without a doubt a masterpiece. Only 2 episodes in. I can't think of a way that they could possibly screw this up. With the pace and the rate and everything that they're doing, this is just. I mean, I rewatched episode 1, and I watched it exactly from the point of where Sarah died, and I cried again.
Yeah.
Okay? It was hard. It was difficult. Now, Tess, that was weird. And I mean weird in a good way. That was different than the way she died in the
Overall thoughts.
Fantastic second episode. Fantastic first episode. I can't wait for episode 3. Keep it going. I still can't get over who's that girl though? Bella Ramsey. For some reason, the face is just not meshing with Ellie for me. But that's my personal own issue. That's just me.
Okay. All right. Desinoto, overall thoughts under 2 minutes for both episodes so far. Desinoto.
Oh, I was muted.
I think that was hilarious.
So, I mean, I gave most of my thoughts last week, but at the rate this show's going, it should be a real smash hit for PlayStation Studios, like Genesis said.
Jim Ryan,
all the
keep celebrating out
characters
there.
are so well thought out, so well fleshed out. The lore is all there. Expanded lore is there. Stuff that wasn't in the games is there. The settings all look so familiar. The museum, the city hall, yeah, everything is so spot on. It's actually crazy. The story is like, it's all so well written, so well shown, so well done overall. Especially like the whole creepiness of the second episode when they're in the museum.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah, crazy.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, yeah, I'm in the same boat as everybody else. It's not only a fantastic adaptation of a video game, it's just a fantastic show. Like, it is. I'm more with Kevin out of everybody else. I'm blown away. I'm flabbergasted. I do have a couple issues that I want to bring up. We'll talk about a little bit.
Oh.
But Not
That's
they're
it.
not
Like,
big.
just get the
If
school shooters out.
if
Let's get this over
anything,
with now.
if anything, they're nitpicks.
I have
Except
people
one of
talking
them's
about
not
this
really a
show that
nitpick.
has no idea what the game is about. I just need to throw it out there. There's people who I know that they're just like, "Oh, I want to watch Last of Us." I'm like, you have any idea what this is about?
There's a
They're like, no.
lady I work with, and she's like a couple years older than us, and she has not played the game, but her cousin played, or her cousin watched a YouTuber play it.
Wow.
So her cousin recommended the show to her. So she started watching it, and she is in love with it. And she's like, after this ends, I'm gonna watch it on YouTube. And then her cousin just bought a PlayStation 4, like a used PlayStation 4, got Last of Us remastered, and is currently going through the game because it's a companion piece to the game, which is the most shocking thing about this. It's making me want to replay The Last of Us, and that, oh my god, I don't want to get negative with this, but I just want to say, if you liked Uncharted, and then you watch this show, this makes Uncharted look like shit. I'm sorry. That adaptation is horrible. Did you feel any of this while watching Uncharted? No. You're like, oh, that was an okay movie based on a video game that I think. Whatever.
The same thing my friend said about Uncharted and Last of Us.
Yeah, it's just one's clear. One feels like a knockoff, and one feels like a person who loved and wanted the show to be adapted into a medium and change things and enhance things and it's so good. Anyways, my 2 minutes is up, I feel. Episode 1. I know Desinoto and I talked mostly about it, so I'm gonna leave it to Genesis and Kevin. I mean, we can chime in if we want, but Episode 1, overall thoughts, you're let loose. Kevin, what did you think when it opened? What did you think going in? What's going on here?
Oh my, okay, first of all, that opening, I have no idea if that's in the games or not.
The 60s?
That opening, crazy.
No.
That was probably the coolest opening that this show could have gotten.
Yeah.
It was so genius.
Yeah.
To introduce it that way, and I love. Oh, I could talk about this opening scene for so long.
I know.
I love how everybody is like super lighthearted on the show, except for that one guy. He'll come there, and even the host is like sort of like laughing, and the guy's like,
"Where do you get your mushrooms?" Or LSD.
Yeah, like it's like, you guys are all idiots. Viruses, bacteria, no. You should fear fungi. And even then, like, the host's like, oh yeah, ha 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 ha, yeah. And then he starts like explaining it, and everyone is just speechless. So the guy doesn't know how to cut to commercial. He gets there, but he's just like, oh, and then straight into the movie. Oh my god, let's go.
Kevin, when he explained it, did that make you feel like that could happen in our
There's
society?
articles about this already.
Yeah. There are.
It's
definitely made me feel like
questionable, but like possible-ish.
It's not beyond the realm of possibility. It's so unlikely, and it would take so much longer than what evolution doesn't work like that in regards to like a fungus, because not only would temperature have to change, it would also have to change to adapt to humans, and then it would have to change to adapt to keeping them alive and controlling them like puppets like that, and then making them bite, control everything. Like, it would take thousands of years.
It would take a while, and apparently, there are the fungi only living up to like 94 degrees or whatever the hell it was. It's completely wrong.
Yeah.
But you go back to like 1960s, they probably didn't know that, so like, whatever. But honestly, it doesn't have to be right. That just gets you thinking, like,
it makes you think it's right.
Hold on. And that's all that show needed. It needed that shock value to open it up, because god damn does it go pedal to the floor intensity real quick.
My to the floor at this point.
Yeah, my favorite part of that opening is the audience is moving and like laughing, and then when he talks about, but what if that were to change? And then he goes into, there's no cures, it's not even possible.
Yeah.
And then it flashes back to the audience, and they're all still. And then he talks about they would be controlling everybody like puppets. And they all just sit there. Nobody's laughing on cue. Nobody's doing anything.
Yeah.
And it's the creepiest moment in like the most normal setting. And hey, let's go to commercial break. Pew, pew, welcome to The Last of Us. I don't, no copyright, no copyright. It's just, Kevin, I feel like I explained that last week with Desunoto and I were explaining that, and I tried to get across, like, is this like Chernobyl? In the best ways possible, I would say.
I mean,
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
man, so, like, about that, I like that they're deviating heavily from how they presented the story in Chernobyl, because I think Chernobyl, this is not bad. I do not mean this in a negative way at all. Like, in Chernobyl, they kind of leaned really heavy on, like, just historical fact, and sort of moved, like, just along the timeline, kind of like you should in a documentary, and, like, I don't know, they just told the story straight up. In this, they're, like, following the right characters, the right time. They're showing facial expressions, like, I don't know how the hell to word this. Everything is just, you get this sense of where every character's headspace is at all times, and it helps tell a story without having to get into the background information of the story. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because, like, I don't know if this is really done in Chernobyl. I guess it's really my fault. Like, I kind of knew parts of Chernobyl and watched Chernobyl to, like, learn the rest, and it was very intriguing. And then I went out of my way to, like, see what all the historical inaccuracies were with it, which there were very few. And the things that were inaccurate, it was like, oh well, TV movie, like whatever. That's Hollywood taking their little artistic
Creative
approaches to
liberties,
things.
they call
Yeah,
them.
right. Creative liberties. Yeah.
Editorial privilege.
Like, oh well, the miners weren't actually naked. I'm like, oh well, I mean, it was a nice touch. I figured that was logical
It was a
in terms
nice
of how
touch.
hot it would be.
Just a
Yeah,
bunch of naked miners. Love that.
not exactly what I meant, but
That's
yeah, sure.
that's being taken into very different contexts.
But man, that really, ooh, I don't know where my train of thought is. Genesis, take over for a second.
Naked miners is where I want to start because I think
No,
that's
not like
something that we
kids.
should.
No, wait, hold on. That's not.
Oh yes, how about last was?
So obviously my thoughts in the first episode were all the way up until Sarah dying. I watched the rest of it. Um, really intense scenes coming from especially Joel.
Excuse me.
Pedro Pascal is the guy's name,
Yep.
the actor's name. Okay, he's 100% nailing Joel to the point that like I seen some videos comparing like him and Joel in the game and the show, and it's just his mannerisms, what he's doing, very very to the character of Joel. Uh, the way that they're explaining what's going on here, I don't know if anybody started talking about episode 2, but I'm gonna go into it unless you don't want me to do that yet.
I don't. I don't
Um,
want you to
one.
do that. We barely got through the beginning of episode 1.
All right. I still cried watching that scene for episode 1. And the old lady was probably the most hilarious thing that I've seen when she just starts sprinting and then they just shoot her straight onto the ground. I was like, oh, good, she's just motionless now. This is great. That soldier, I wish I could shoot him in the head a couple more times because that guy was a dick. I don't care who you are, you shouldn't be just following orders like that to shoot a child. Um, and then the actors, they need to give awards to these people who are playing the infected. They deserve such high recognition for the amount of effort they're putting into these roles. Even though they are non-speaking roles, they're just really acting. It is just, oh my god, they deserve
Is it
every bit of praise.
acting or is it
Yeah, I guess.
parkour?
It's
at that
both.
point, they're
Okay.
performing some feats that I
The
don't
runners in the
understand.
first episode
Are
are
incredible.
they're throwing themselves. They're
I
I
sincerely
believe them.
hope. Yeah, well, I sincerely hope that there's no risk of injury during all of this. I mean, of
Oh,
course
there
there is
is. As a
always,
stunned
but
person,
like,
there always is.
I mean, sure, but like, oof,
The man who
that
throws himself at the counter.
over over a
God, that guy
counter
I
is
was
definitely
too
got
hard
like,
hurt.
one.
That guy
oh
got hurt.
God, his shoulder. Oh no. And then you get
He,
that shot of Joel running with Sarah, like down that the like down the restaurant, and it's like
Yeah,
zooming out, and it's like, oh fuck this, get away from that, get away, shut the
yeah,
door. What are you doing? Run!
yeah.
I hope they all get awards and recognition. Really, I do, and I hope they're paid well. You know, I hope Sony's lining these people's pockets pretty well to do what they do because they deserve every single dime and penny that they're getting paid to do this. Um,
The crazy thing is how quickly they get back up after. Like that dude throws himself at the counter and then immediately gets back up again and starts
Yeah,
running.
that's
Yeah.
insane,
that was crazy.
just craziness.
And
The
doesn't he like
sex.
trip on other stuff and like crash into cans or something like that?
Like one
Or
moving
just
cart he crashed
Oh
into.
yeah, yeah. When he runs and then just slides into the cart and falls down and then gets up and run. Like what
hmm
the fuck? What the fuck?
Runs out of the door, falls over himself,
yes,
gets up
Yeah.
again, runs after him
And also, there's like making sounds and like screaming because they're not dead.
right,
They're like,
right.
like no, no, this is my nightmare. Oh, so
I
good.
gotta say, if that was real life and we had things running like that,
Nah,
I'll
I'm
let you
done.
know.
It's over.
I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Sorry. It's just that's over for me,
Finally,
man.
I'm
no more.
Sarah-ing myself. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Okay, first of
Oh
all,
More of
no.
those now.
you took it a bit too far there. You took it a bit
I'm
too far.
introducing
But
myself to one of Kevin's followers. Look at that. If you were listening to the beginning
Wow,
of the episode,
wow,
you
but
understood that reference, but I didn't reference it again, technically. So,
I'm
wow,
I'm I'm going to end your life soon. Don't worry about it.
Jesus.
hey, Kevin's followers here. No, the you're absolutely right about the actors in the park. I mean, literally every performance I think is
They're all
fantastic.
so good. Yeah.
Every bit of the cast. There's not one cast member in the show that I'm like that person. If they weren't there, it would make a difference. Every person in this show, whether they're a 2 second character or they're a main character, they all just play such an integral piece of the show that I'm like, my God, it's just so crazy the magnitude that this show is going, and it's gaining so much attention too from people who don't know about Last of Us, from people who love the games, from people who just want to see a good
From
video
people
game
who don't even
adaptation.
like the
Yeah.
games because they don't like the controls, Kevin.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right.
And you're liking the show because you don't have to control a damn thing.
Yeah.
And they're changing things, but they're changing things, I think, for the better so far.
Dude, let me tell you, like, to the credit of, not to the credit of, to expand on 2 second characters, basically, they're doing a phenomenal job. Oh my god, that moment, what, like halfway into the episode, we'll say, where that random kid, like, wanders into the quarantined area,
Oh, yeah.
and the lady cop is, like, talking
Oh,
with
the
them.
Fedra agent where she's, like,
Yeah,
crying.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's like,
Yeah.
oh, you can play with all the toys. Oh,
We
by the
can
way,
get,
we
we can
just
get
gotta
your favorite
inject you
toy,
with
your
this thing.
favorite meal.
Yeah.
Just.
Oh,
And then.
but you could tell, like, on her face and everything while she's saying all this. Like, oh yeah, no, no, this isn't
Well,
gonna
she's
work. Like
making
you see
insane
the strain,
promises.
right?
As
I mean,
well.
you also know that, like, the fact that you. And
Yeah.
here's the thing: they don't even explain what that is. But you're like, oh yeah, yeah,
Okay, I
because they
gotta be
don't have
honest.
to.
I gotta be honest. When I watched the show a second time with my mom, or a third time,
Uh huh.
I forget, she was like, "Is red bad?" And I'm like, "Has red ever been good?"
I mean,
Like,
Red's only meant good in one aspect, and that's Santa Claus.
But she was like, "Is Red bad?" I'm like, "Just keep watching." And then she didn't recognize the kid when he
What?
was in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "I really thought Sarah was going to be the main character." And she has not watched the second episode because she's still so distraught that Sarah was killed off. Well, she thought we were following Sarah the entire time. She's watched me play the video game. So I don't know what's going on with her.
I don't know.
But she's not like, I'm not watching the show anymore. She's just like, I just need more time.
Oh,
Uh,
man. Just
One of my favorite moments in that first episode is that guy who looks like Cole from Infamous walking over to Joel and being like, "Hey, if you're lost in the darkness," and Joel goes, "If you tell me to look for the light, I will break your jaw."
yeah.
And I'm like, that's the most Joel thing.
Yeah.
Love that.
Pedro Pascal's real ruthless.
Also,
I
shout out to
love-
Marlene. Favorite character in that first episode for me.
She was good too.
Same woman who plays her in the game, so I think there's some bias for me there. But I just think that even in the live action, she portrays that character so fucking well. And there's such knowing what happens with her in the second game and this game and all that. But I feel like there's already so much more depth to her in this game than there ever was in Last of Us 1.
hmm
So I'm excited to see
Um,
more of her.
I love the shots of like. How do I want to word this? Things that don't happen every day, like transport helicopters flying overhead,
Yeah.
or the green flashes of like. It was Transformers exploding, right?
Yeah. The
Yeah,
first
okay.
time was the green lights. I think they were just helicopters flying by, like dropping green lights.
Oh, okay. It could be flares too. That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, but the jets also. Shout out to that clock place where they pull down the shade and it's a clock on the
Oh,
window.
yeah.
Love that.
Uh huh.
It's just cool.
But like, I don't. Yeah, right. But like, the characters look at this stuff and they're like, "That ain't right."
Government
And
gonna
then
government.
Kevin also substitutes in, "Yeah, but this is Texas, so like, let's move on."
Yeah,
Like,
government's gonna government, Texas gonna Texas. Like, what a, hey, why are there jets flying over? It might be an air show. I don't know. I'm a 13-year-old girl who lives in
and
Texas.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's
Are
a
you
big
trying
air
to
base somewhere
catfish? Is
in
that what's
Texas
happening?
as well. So, in fact, I'm gonna look that up. Am I right on that? I'm pretty sure I am.
Right about
Where's my
what?
phone? A big air
Catfishing?
base in Texas.
There's an air base in Texas.
Okay, cool.
My aunt was stationed at it.
Oh, there you go. So like, it's not out of the ballpark, and they kind of let out of that, but also they're like, "Huh, should I be worried about this?" And then like, they're like, "Where's Jakarta?" Because it's on like the news.
Yeah.
Mhm.
uh,
All right. Anything else to say about the first episode? I know we could talk about the first episode for years.
oh my god.
Any negatives about the
No,
first episode, Kevin? You basically said there's no negatives in the show.
I'm struggling to name anything that's a negative, honestly.
I got
Like,
one kind of a negative, but it builds into the
I'm
second
curious.
episode, so I'll wait
Okay,
till we
okay,
get to
we'll
the
wait on
second
that.
episode.
I
I have
mean,
a one small
oh,
Yeah?
negative. I said Bella Ramsey wasn't really doing it for me in the first episode. That did change with the second episode, but the reason I said that was because I felt like she was, at least in the first episode, she was overdoing Ellie's character a little bit. Tad bit.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like, the whole cursing, like being like a rebellious teenager, right?
Yeah.
I felt like she was doing a little more than it was necessary. That's why I said it wasn't. I wasn't sold on her yet, right?
So, what's
okay, that's
interesting about
interesting.
that is I agree that she was overdoing it, but in the game, the first time you see her, she's kind of quiet, and then she slowly builds into that. And then when she's eventually,
Right.
spoilers for the game, when she's eventually like captured in that, then she puts on that front. But this time she was captured in the very beginning and that front was put on. And then she's much more quiet
Yeah.
when Marlene walks in, sits down next to her and goes, "Hey, I put you there." And she's like, "Are you my mom? Are you my fucking mom or something?" And I thought, like, so in the very beginning, I was like, oh, she's putting on that front. So that's how I felt about that. But yeah, I could totally see you thinking that.
See, now, this is interesting because I have no context, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I took away from this, if
Ooh.
y'all are interested, I thought this was
True.
very well done because I had no concept of time for this character, and it just felt like, oh, okay, she's swearing up a storm and acting all tough because she's been here for so freaking long, and
Yeah.
she just wants it to be let go.
Yeah, she's been there for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Okay, so that is kind of accurate. Okay.
Well, that's what she says in the show. I've been here
Oh,
for
I
3
must have
weeks.
missed that line. Sorry.
I was bitten 3 weeks ago. Why do I still need to be here?
Okay.
And then later in the episode, she's like, "This is 3 weeks old. 3 weeks." And when Joel beats the shit out of that man.
Yeah.
Love that change. Okay, Kevin, I don't know if you're familiar with that scene in the game where they get caught as they're leaving. When they get caught as they're leaving, there's like 2 soldiers, and they go, "Oh, we gotta scan you." Then they scan, and then Joel and Tess kill both of them. And then they have a small conversation that kind of takes place at the beginning of episode 2 with Ellie. But in this one, Joel flashes back, and it reminds him of the time where his daughter was murdered, and he fucking loses it and beats that man's face into nothing. That man's not coming back as an infected. That man's not coming back at all. And I love that change so much. Oh my god.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. That was a good change.
It definitely showed you even more of how
far he's fallen.
Yeah, what Joel's become past,
Yeah.
Losing his daughter and everything.
You know what I like about that scene? He takes the gun.
I love that he takes the gun. I also love the look Ellie gives. It's a slight smile. She's like, ooh. Like, this dude's gonna protect me. I think I'm gonna be okay.
I was like, oh,
you better take that fucking gun.
And now we just walk away. But I'm like, we're taking the gun. We're making smart decisions.
We're making smart. And then they use the gun in episode 2.
Yeah.
Oh, also, okay, we haven't gotten episode 2 yet, but like, we're talking about the gun. And you kind of see it in the first one. You see more of it in the second. I just want to give a shout out to props. Good job.
How old that gun looks?
Good job, prop team. The gun looks old. It's beat up. The paint is peeling off. Oh my god. Beautiful.
Kevin, I gotta be honest.
The stock has tape around it in a spot where, like, oh yeah, that probably like either was cracking off or something happened to it, so it's just holding that part together because that's where the plastic would be. I'm pretty sure for that rifle.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, Kevin. I took note of that because if you didn't watch it, I was gonna tell you how close attention they paid to the gun.
Yeah, I did.
Because I know you respect that stuff.
I didn't notice it until it was like very prominent.
Yeah.
Where exactly in the second episode? But like,
I know exactly where.
I think it was in when they're in.
Are we getting to the second episode?
Not yet.
Okay.
But like, it was super prominent there, and I looked at it, I was just like, oh my god.
That gun fucked up.
The wear, not only is there wear on the gun, it makes sense where the wear is.
Yeah.
Someone was a gun nut on this team and knew.
I mean, production sets. I mean, this show looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks. You could tell this would cost $10 million per episode or $100 million overall. I don't even fucking know. It's. You could tell that they put money into this. And it's clearly going to pay. Genesis was right. It's paying off already in dividends. That the second episode did better than the first episode.
Yeah.
And the first episode was like a record setter for HBO.
Second
Yeah,
biggest opening, I think. But I
second
think
biggest
now it's
opening
like
episode.
I saw something about it being the biggest premiere now, but I don't know if that means like.
It's because the first episode 4.9 million viewers the first night, and then that's the biggest opening or the second biggest opening since the 2000 since 2010. The other one is House of the Dragon, which was like earlier last year, and that had like 10.2 million viewers that night as well.
Oh,
Now, this the Last of Us episode 1 is up to 18 million viewers in total, which might have passed House of the Dragon. And
in
then
the first week, right?
yeah, and then the second episode had more live viewers than the first episode, and is now the biggest second episode debut on HBO of all time since HBO has ever been made. Since the 90s, or 88, or whatever the hell it is. So it's huge.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's
Never
absolutely
thought
huge.
it would.
And it
would do that.
deserves every fucking viewer and more so far, I would say. Kevin, what else did you want to say about the first episode, though?
I think I'm pretty good.
Pretty good. Kevin, pretty good. You want to know who's pretty good? The actress who opens up the second episode. That woman, when she says "boom," I was like, oh, fuck. Even though I knew what was happening. I knew about the bombs. That opening for the second episode is better than the first episode's opening, I think. And I think that woman deserves an Emmy. That woman's performance has stuck with me. I watched the second episode twice because I live my life like that. That woman's performance has stuck with me because I believe her as a scientist. I believe her fear. And then she is absolutely terrified because she has studied it her whole life. And she's talking to the general guy and she's like, what do you mean? Listen to me and trust me on this. There's nothing we can do except kill everything as soon as possible in this city. You're telling me 14 workers are missing? We're fucked. We're literally fucked. Also, take me home. I want to be with my family when you drop these bombs.
Yeah.
Like, I remember in the game going to places and you see the holes that are brought up later in the episode. And Ellie asks what happened, and Joel and Tess tell her, like, bombs. This government started blowing things up to slow the infection. It kind of worked in some places, and other places it didn't work at all.
Yeah.
But they still killed a lot. So that's why the anti-government trust is there. That's why the Fireflies exist. But, like, yeah, that scene is so fucking good. And then that autopsy scene, oh my god, that opening is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Just, it sets...
Pulls out the fungi, and it's
then
like
the
reacting
tendrils,
to her.
and then it starts to move.
Yeah.
Oh my god. In a lesser adaptation, that woman would have bit her hand. And I would have been like, that's not how the infected work. They don't take over dead people. Dead people are dead.
Yeah.
But in this adaptation, one that's actually adapting it, it is so fucking accurate, and oh my god, it's so good. Anyways, somebody else. Second episode. Anything. Genesis has died, it seems.
Anything? Okay. This goes like really, really close to the end, but I love how they play into this thing being a fungus. I don't know all the fine details of the video game, but even if this isn't in the video games at all, or like not highlighted, it's genius. How what the heck was the trigger?
The tendrils with the wire underneath activating the other horde?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is not
there
in the
was a
video
wire?
game.
Yes.
Yeah, they
I
act
didn't know
as
there was a
wires.
wire.
Tess explains it as they
took
deep
it as-
underground
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
it's
wires.
a fungal system.
Yeah.
So like fungi can sort of like communicate not really telepathically, but like it's the best way of explaining it.
Over a
Through
mind
Other
state.
fungi
through receptors.
through like through all these receptors and stuff, and so it gives you an idea of like they're somewhat all connected. Maybe
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
all the time, but that was so cool. And I forgot what there was some noise or something that triggered or did the one thing get
Joel
triggered
shot the
occasionally?
one guy
Yeah, that was it.
who was infected, and he the tendrils in the ground went
Yeah,
around his hand,
froze up.
and then the wires reached across and activated the other horde,
Mhm.
which is cool as hell because that is how fungi works.
Yep.
The largest living organism in the world is a fungus. It's in Colorado. It's a tree farm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Did you watch the post credits thing?
Yeah, I did. I did watch that.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, what's this?
Yeah. They had that for episode 1 too.
Yeah, I watched that. I went back. I was like, oh, is this in the first? Oh!
Oh, I didn't know there were post credits. I'm sorry. I
There's
didn't
like
know
post
more.
credits where they talk about the making of and like the
Oh,
inspirations
Directors
and like
there.
and the
Neil's
interview
there.
with some of the cast sometimes.
mhm.
But it's only like 5 to 7 minutes. It's really not that long. Also, this episode directed by Neil Druckmann, the director of the game and creative writer, without Bruce Straley, obviously. But yeah, that was cool as hell.
Yeah.
Genesis dead? Is he muted?
I think that was
Nope.
also my favorite part
Oh,
of the
he's there.
episode. Or one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Because it
part of
was
that.
different from the game. And they did it so damn well.
That would be my favorite part, but then there's the whole, the museum part.
Yeah, the museum's
That was-
crazy.
Oh,
Okay, real quick, I did not expect to get to the museum in episode 2. I thought we'd have more time with Tess.
I thought that first building they went into was the museum, but then I'm like, wait, no, that's not.
No. Also,
This is not the
hysterical, the water thing. Where she's like, I can't swim, and he's like, really? She's like, oh, they don't have pools, and then he jumps in, and she's like, how was I supposed to know that? I didn't know it was that shallow.
Yeah, that was good.
That was fucking hysterical.
Yeah. That's one of the points where I was like, their chemistry is very real now. I feel it a lot more than I did before.
Oh, so good. But my tests, I was upset. I was kind of shocked that we got to the museum. This show is moving at a breakneck speed. But I think it still works for it. But my one complaint about the first episode was we didn't have the interrogation of Robert. But we still had that one-on-one talk. Well, kind of one-on-one with Tess and Robert and the goons.
Yeah.
And you got to know Tess, and I was like, oh man, they cut out the Robert, like, Joel breaking his arm, and then them talking, and then Marlene, or Tess breaking his leg with a pipe. And then them just abusing him, like trying to get answers out of him, and then just blowing him away because he fucked her up. And then we get to this episode, and in the game, you're separated from Ellie and Tess. And then when you get out of the museum, you see Tess with a runner on top of her. And if you watch closely enough, you see the bite. And I was upset that the bite happened off screen with this. Because I don't know how she got bit by a clicker on the neck without it ripping her apart. Unless I missed it. I could
have got bit somewhere else. Because that didn't look like that was where the bite happened, I feel like.
That's exactly where the bite happened. Because it was turning yellow, and then she told Ellie to take off her bandage. And was like, hey, look at this. It's healing. It's not turning into the yellow thing that's on my neck. It's like below her, like, it's not even on her neck. It's like
clavicle, shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that Cuck birthed me from.
Yeah.
So I was a little upset by that. But I fucking love Tess's death in this. I think the kiss
whole
thing,
scene was cool.
that kiss thing is weird. I'm a little upset Joel and Ellie didn't take any of those grenades. But also that weird ass scene where the guy walks over and he's like puts the stalker, I believe, walks over and puts the tendrils in her mouth, and I'm like, I know they're not kissing, and I know this is supposed to mean she's finally getting the warmth she's always wanted, but in the worst way. But then she's using Sam's lighter from Uncharted 4, and it's literally the same design lighter. They asked Neil Druckmann, what kind of lighter you want? And he's like, I'm making it fucking Sam's lighter. And then they also made one for Troy Baker, who played Sam as well. So,
Nice.
yeah. So cool little Easter egg there. And then she drops that lighter and closes her eyes, and the place explodes, and then all the infected run out, just burning. And I'm like, finally, Tess has a death worthy of Tess.
Mm-hmm.
I still didn't feel much emotion for her dying because I don't know Tess that well still. I know she's from Detroit, Michigan, and I know she's a smuggler, and I know she has a relationship with Joel. And that's all I know about Tess. Like, I felt like I knew Sarah more before she died, which is weird. Like, I didn't know... I knew Joel cared about Tess, but in the first game, I thought Tess's death was almost laughable. When she's like, I'll hold them off, because Kevin, I don't know if you know Kevin.
I was aware of that being the last time you see her.
Do you know what her death is in the game?
I don't know the death in the game.
In the game, you show up there, and I think it's the same way that they died. I'm not sure. The people, the Fireflies there, I think that's the way they died. I don't know. But Fedra agents show up. And they get into, like, Fedra agents are like, hey, they're inside. And then Tess is like, you go, I'll hold them off. Mm-hmm. And then you do the same thing. It's basically the same conversation of, oops, like, the same thing. But then you and Ellie run, and at the top of the stairs, you watch Tess kill 2 people, and then they shoot her dead. And that's it.
Right.
And then you have to escape that building by, like, sneak attacking and killing all these Fedra soldier agents. And I thought, like, it's a cool game scene, but Tess's death is so shit.
Right.
I'll fight them off. She kills 2 of them, not even. I think she only kills 1 and injures the other.
Right.
And then you don't even fight those enemies because you don't walk through that area again. So it's just so, yeah. Mm-hmm. So this, where she's like, I'm fucking taking a horde of these infected out, and I'm going out in a blaze of glory, I just was like, I fucking respect this woman more. And I was upset, but, like, I still didn't get that emotion that I wanted. But I still loved her death way more in this one.
I like how they drew it out. I really like that.
Oh, they drew... They drew it out.
I thought I was when they kept drawing it out, I was like, "There's a lot of infected running past her. Are they gonna get out?" That's one thing I was thinking of when they did that scene, but I guess not.
But like, yeah, I don't know about that. That was one thing that was kind of like, huh.
How did Joel and Ellie get to the front left corner of the building? Like 50 feet away. 150 feet away. They were really far away. When they ran basically the opposite direction of where they're standing.
Yeah.
But however the hell that works out, because it's not overly important. Like, I liked just how she was like, alright, and now, strike this thing, get it ready, I'll get it ready to drop, get it ready, come on, really need it now, really need it now, oh shit, super need it now.
I like how she looks at a grenade, thinks about it, and then backs up because she's scared.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Because anybody else would be like, pick up a grenade, and she thought about it, and then she was like, I don't have time to pick up a grenade, and that seems like a horrible way to die.
Right.
But then she's like, come on, lighter, please. And then that guy, the stalker, sees her and walks over and is like, eh.
And there was that whole quiet scene right before that
Yeah.
when they're all running past her, and it reminded me of I Am Legend, the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a
when
little
they're all
bit.
banging on the glass.
Okay. Yeah.
And it gets all quiet, and he's like thinking about what the hell he should do, and yeah, I thought,
And then he goes to like run and punch with the grenade in his hand.
yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah, that's a good reference actually. That dog is still alive, by the way. From I Am Legend.
oh, wow.
I just saw a thing on Facebook. The dog is like 20
Oh,
years old.
Oh my god, yeah.
I was like, big dogs usually don't live that long for that dog.
yeah.
But as far as like the tendrils in the mouth thing, is that explained in the games? Cause
That's not tendrils aren't in the game at all.
Interesting. Okay.
In the game, how it works is usually spores.
It's kind of there, but it's just like on the walls.
The tendrils?
If there's, yeah, because aren't there some
It
infected
stems.
that's on the walls?
Yeah, it stems from the mushrooms growing out on the walls
Okay.
in the game. In the show, they chose tendrils because they think it's more realistic, and also they didn't think if spores were. I mean, I think this was at the end of episode 2. They were talking about it again. But if spores were here, it's hard to show that on screen. And also, if you could get this airborne, everyone would be infected immediately and everybody would die.
Right.
But also, they said it's not out of the realm of possibility for spores to appear in the second season. And also, Ellie references spores in one of the conversations about like what kind of infected there are. But I think the tendril idea is cool, and I think it's like one of the grossest scenes when they come out of that man's mouth and go into her mouth.
Yeah.
And I just, oh god, I hate the tendrils. But I love the addition of the tendrils.
But like, it's not the first time you see it either.
No.
So, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm curious to know what it's doing, unless it's just like activating the fungus at like an accelerated rate or something.
I think it's just transferring because they're connected, so I think it's just transferring itself.
Consciousness or like.
Yeah. Because.
Copying consciousness.
Because when you show them especially in the first episode when that old lady is above her daughter. And she's just sucking on her with the tendrils. I don't know if the tendrils, if she's not eating her, she's not chewing.
No.
It's like the tendrils are going into her as well.
Right.
And then you see the people that Joel stares at when he's holding Sarah in the first episode, and they're like, it looks like they're sucking, but they could be like just pushing tendrils into them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To then build the fibers, the wire work, I guess, to build the connection in them, which is a quicker way than just biting them and then having it slowly grow.
Right.
The tendrils are nuts. Tendrils are absolutely nuts.
Good. It makes everything so much creepier.
It's so much creepier. I'm glad the tendrils are not in the games because I don't think I can imagine those close up over the shoulder shots of somebody in my face and tendrils coming out of their mouth. I'd be like, It also just looks like hairs coming out of their mouth, and that's just gross.
Yeah.
Like there's a ponytail in your mouth, sir. No, thank you.
I like the big shots of the world. There's a few, not really panoramas, but like there's a few.
The establishing shots.
Scenery, establishing shots. Thank you. That are just like, oh wow, look at this.
Hey, look at all these cars. Look at this restaurant that has the exact same tablecloths as the one map in the fucking multiplayer game.
Nice, nice.
Oh my god! I was like, this. I've been in this
Hmm.
restaurant. Oh my god! I've been in this hotel lobby. Oh my god!
Well, I mean, even the freaking museum or whatever. I
It
thought
looks exactly like the game.
it does. It's
Yeah.
laid out exactly the same way.
Yeah.
In what is it? It's called Independence Hall.
Yeah.
Where they're at?
Panic.
Yeah.
Panic induced. When they walked in there and there was a dead guy and he was just covered in blood, it's like, what the fuck ripped him apart? And I'm like, oh, this is the Clicker episode, isn't it? And then we get, I would say, the greatest horror scene I've seen in a long time. Where I was terrified of those clickers.
All right.
Was anybody else?
No.
Hmm. Hmm.
But you're asking the wrong person.
Hmm. I don't know if I was terrified.
It reminded me of
But
playing the first game, where they're just walking around and making those sounds.
mhm.
And they're like, it sells it when Joel goes, we're silent. We're not quiet. We're silent.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then Ellie asks a question. He's like, no. And it just, I mean, it sounds like the clickers. It looks like the clickers. But
Oh my god. They
it
look
nailed
so
it
good.
so much.
They look
Like
so fucking good.
it's so accurate.
Those
And that,
actors that they're doing the movements.
yeah, they got it. They
Mm.
got it down. And then that scene where Joel is silently reloading his gun.
Oh,
And I'm
Oh,
like,
man.
I know when he looks over to the left, that clicker is going to be right there. I know
Yeah.
that's going to happen. And he silently reloads the gun, and he looks over, and he, like, kind of jumps, but he doesn't make a sound. And then that clicker just turns and walks away. Also, him pushing that statue head into the glass, genius.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely genius. And I forgot to mention Ellie's reference to throwing the sandwich. Very funny in the beginning of the episode, where she wants a gun and they're like no, and she's like, fine, I guess I'll throw my sandwich, because she throws bricks and bottles, and I don't know. I just found that really funny.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't think of that. I did find that funny when you said that, but I didn't think of the bricks and bottles.
Yeah, well, she's always throwing stuff in the beginning of the game
Yeah.
because nobody would give her anything.
Right. That makes sense now.
Yeah. Also, that chicken sandwich was good.
It did.
Yeah,
That was Tess was eyeing that.
I was eyeing that. You see that dry ass beef jerky they were eating?
Yeah. It looked like cardboard.
Yeah, it looked terrible.
Oh man, that silent reload scene was so good.
Oh, I think that clicker scene is all of it. I
Yeah.
I can't think of
Incredible.
them doing it better.
Yeah.
The one
So
thing
well done.
where I was like, I don't think clickers do that. Where the clicker jumped over the table and tackled Joel, and I'm like, they don't do that in the game.
No, but that was so good.
Yeah, just everything about that. Also, shout out for them getting the original voice actors of the clickers back for the show. Because it's just high definition clicker sounds.
Yeah.
Or updated clicker sounds, and it's so fucking good.
I
Genesis,
love
you've been
how-
quiet.
Okay.
Guys have been having a
more-
good conversation. That's why.
One more real quick.
Oh,
real quick
yeah.
comment. And then we will let Genesis talk, because you're right. He's been out of this for a hot minute. I love how, like, I don't know if deadly is the word. How, like, how competent these creatures are.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not, this isn't like horror. This isn't a thriller. Horror/thriller enemy or opponent or creature or whatever the hell you want to call it. There's too many things to reference here. It's not like, oh, okay, this is the thing that's like good enough to kill these random characters that don't matter, but like that's it. Whenever it's like face to face with the main character, it's gonna be like as dumb as bricks. Like these things seem to be consistently competent and like you could tell, oh shit, like these things actually are deadly creatures.
Yeah, you can see why the main characters are surviving.
Right.
Yeah. They're forces to be reckoned with, and they don't get stupid for plot. They,
Yeah.
like, Joel has to literally outthink them. That's also another reason, Kevin, you put it into words. That's another reason why I think the Tess bite off screen is not that great. Because I know they wanted us to be shocked with it, like, ooh, uh-oh, Tess, she's bit.
Hmm.
She's infected, oh my god. But at the same time, like, I didn't see Tess make a mistake. Except when she was looking at Joel and fell over. When she ran into that thing and her and Ellie fell.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny. Also, when Joel shoots the clicker in the stomach and then it just fucking starts swinging for him,
Yeah.
and then you just see him fighting, like, fuck me. That is a straight up animation from the game that you would die. And Joel is fighting him off. And then when he's tagged to the ground by it, it is fucking on top of him, and he's using his arm to push it, and then he's using the watch to push part of the face too. And the fucking watch is highlighted every god, that watch. It was so important in the first game, and it's even more important in this, and I love it so fucking much.
No.
Oh. Oh. Genesis.
Yeah, I figured Tess got bit somewhere in that scuffle. Like that the clicker was like thrown to the side or whatever and got her briefly.
But we don't even see that though.
I know you don't. No.
She's off screen for like a minute and a half or 2 minutes while Joel and Ellie are like in a room. And there's two clickers, and then she axes that one in the head,
Yeah.
which is beautiful. And then that clicker becomes disoriented, and then Joel shoots it in the neck because he shoots it in the face, and sometimes the bullets deflect off the fucking the mushroom shield on their faces. Somebody said that it looked like butter lettuce, and I was like, holy shit, it kind of does. And then he just shoots it on the ground. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like, the genius of that whole scene is that they have the clicker, like what you mentioned, go into like a sort of hand-to-hand combat almost with Joel before it jumps on him. So when that happens, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Because you already saw how like bananas these things can go.
Yeah.
When it's walking around, you're just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Oh, it's just a little deaf dolphin on land. Who cares? Or a blind dolphin on land. Let it be. Genesis, though, we want to hear your thoughts. We haven't heard anything on episode 2 from Jenny Sauce.
Jenny Sauce?
Jenny Sauce.
I liked episode 2. I thought it was great. That's all my thoughts.
What?
What?
Are you doing something else?
No. I'm laying here listening to you guys.
You have no more thoughts about episode 2?
No, it was a great episode. I think it was amazing, and I can't wait for episode 3.
All right, well. I mean, I can't disagree with anything you said. What did you think about the opening?
I thought the opening was crazy. We don't know who Patient Zero is still. They did not tell us who Patient Zero is.
It's one of the 14 missing factory workers.
Right. She said, oh, when did this person get bit and by who?
30 hours ago.
The officer was like, we don't know. And then she's like, so you mean they're still on the run? And when that line came out, I was like, oh, we fucked. We done. That's it. It's over.
How many workers are missing? 14. What?
The way she asked the questions and the guy was answering, you could see just the act. Yeah, I agree with you. That lady deserves a goddamn Oscar and an Emmy
I,
and everything. Like
I hope
you
she's in
could
the
see
Raid
the
3. I hope she's the bad guy in the Raid 3. That's just all I'm saying. If she's not in the Raid 3 as some badass character, I'm fucking rioting.
the way that the fear just slowly entangles her face, and you're like, oh, oh no, oh God,
And
it's
not
over.
only that, she does the cliched thing of drinking tea and her hand is shaking and you hear the tea like shaking on the little plate it's on.
The
And
saucer. Yeah.
the saucer, thank you. And it still fucking works because that lady is a real lady and she was convinced in real life that the world's ending and she needs to be with her family.
Yeah.
Because the way she delivers, like, I'm a fucking scientist and what I just saw is not good, and by what you've explained, we're fucked and I want to go home with my family. Like, she just slowly builds into it. That woman deserves every award ever created. She won the
I am.
Metacritic this year. She won
Oh
last
God,
year.
yeah.
Oh, game of the year. Best performance in a video game adaptation. Game of the year. She wins. Oh,
I am so curious now to know who Patient Zero is. This is even more of a thing that I want to know because now this is adding layers to the game that fill in things because technically this can be taken as like this probably was canon for the game at that point. Not the tendril piece of it because that wasn't canon, but like the way that this happened, yeah, it started in fucking Jakarta in Indonesia, and then all of a sudden fucking 14 people started, and then it
so
fucking went
again,
to
there is information in the game about like how this started, but it's so limited. And I agree with you. Even the tendril thing, I still think this is so close. It's not disrespecting the franchise. Like I don't. Again, I brought up Halo last week. I don't want to bring up Halo again, but I'm going to. Halo was not an adaptation. It was somebody like, hey, Halo's a popular brand. I want to do my own spin to it and make a show that has references to the game. Um, this is not, I want to make my own spin because I want to make it because it's a cool franchise and I just want to put references to the game. No, this is the game and I want to make it into a show, and the reason I want to make it into a show is because I like the game and I think
Yeah.
it'll translate well to a show. And everything they add to it, even if it's not canon, I still feel like it's going into my Last of Us superfan knowledge database and it's just being filed there. So I'll be playing the game and be like, God, remember that fucking talk in the 60s? Even though I know that's not in the universe I'm currently playing in, I'm still like, yeah, that probably would have happened. That some guy got laughed at in the 60s about mushrooms attacking the world, and he was also in The Mummy as the friend. You know? That's who that actor is. But,
Oh.
like, I just. It's adding to it's adding to a game. I know I'm repeating myself, but I just can't get over how much this is adding to a game that I thought was perfect when I first played.
Yeah.
And I'm shocked that it's not disrespecting a video game, and I'm confused because there's minimal changes, and the changes are for the better. Shockingly, I'm just not used to this. It's weird. It's so weird. But that woman deserves every award, and Last of Us 3 you should play as her.
All right.
If I get to play as that lady and I get to take revenge on Abby in Last of Us 3, I'll play it 110%. I give it a 10 right
Spoilers
out
for
the door.
season 3 or 2 of the show. Don't worry about that. What do you think about the rest of the episode? Clicker scene, were you scared? Did you pee your pants? Did you poop your pants? Did you shit yourself like Ellie almost did?
I will repeat the portion of they deserve an award because everybody who play those clickers, swear to God, what kind of act? Where did you learn to act? Because wherever you need to take some of these shit ass actors that are in movies and background and all that. You need to sit them down and show them what a real fucking acting career is like. Also, you should just dress up as a clicker and scare the shit out of those people because they deserve to be scared. Also, to answer your previous question, I wasn't terrified of the clicker, but that was such a great performance of the clicker. If I was standing there, I'd probably have pissed my pants already and died of diabetic shock.
All right.
Why the diabetic shock came in, I don't know why, but I would
Hey,
have died of diabetic
something
shock.
would have been shocked.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Genesis, why do you have a boner? I'm scared.
The tendril thing with Tess, I thought that was the weirdest thing, and I was like, this doesn't need to be this way, but at the same time, I guess it makes sense. I think I would have preferred
There's
it
a
if
fine
it
line.
didn't look like a kiss and it more looked like the tendrils were entering her, and I was like, oh, that would have been fucking disgusting and amazing, and I would be like, oh.
Yeah, there's a
Again,
fine line with that one.
yeah, again, it's fine. It is what it is because at the end of the day, she blew herself up and she killed herself that way. But it's the tendrils thing is definitely disgusting. It's very disturbing, given how that lady took it out, and that was a woman on the table.
Yeah.
It took me minutes to realize that was a woman on the table. I was like, is this a woman or is this a man? I don't understand. And then I saw, I was like, oh no, it's a woman. Duh.
Destinoto and I knew it was a woman immediately.
I,
We're like titties. Man titties are straight. Female titties are to the right and left. That's how you know.
Wow.
Okay.
Kevin, am I wrong?
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
All you have to do is look at body structure, but alright, you can go with that.
I mean, you look at her face or her vagina. Yeah, you'd literally look at anything else about her. What were you confused? Do you know what a woman looks like?
Yes, the way when I was looking at, I started with the face and I looked at the long hair and then I was going down and it looked like it was more just chest than boobs over there and I was like, is that a dude? And then I looked at the bottom, I was like, oh no, that's a lady. That's not a dude.
Yeah, chest and boobs. I always think, dude.
The tendril thing when she pulled it out of her mouth, I was like, oh, she realizes it's over. Like we're fucked.
Yeah.
When she looks at it and she just fucking drops the fucking what do you call those things?
The forceps?
Forceps, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she just and he tells her before he goes, if you feel sick, please feel free to leave. I was like, if she feels sick, she's dead. She might as well fucking just stay in there. Fucking can kill you all.
Also, I love how she cuts the leg open with the bite. And she's like human, the guy just nods, and she cuts it open, and it's all mushroom in there.
Yeah.
It looks like an infection, like a white pussy infection. But if you look at it close, you're like, oh no, that's a mushroom structure. No. Oh dear God, no. Oh God, no.
So in
Looks
this
like mold to me, but yeah, alright. I guess it's
in
That's
this
mushroom structure.
adaptation,
Yeah.
the mushrooms are to go on your point earlier. None of these things are eating people. What they're doing, it looks like, is trying to spread the infection farther by just inserting tendrils into everything.
That's what they're doing in the game as well. That's exactly what the guy explains in the very first episode. That they would take over, if they ever got into humans, they would literally just take over, and their only thing is they would puppeteer everybody in order to further spread. Because that's what it does. Nature gonna Nate, you know what I mean?
No.
No.
What? No, come on. Destinoto, please say yes.
Yes.
Thank you. See?
Oh, yeah.
Half the team knows what I mean.
Wow.
I'm clowning me. I'm clowning me? I meant to say counting. Doesn't matter. Move on.
So that's all fantastic. I would like to see the spores. Definitely, I would want to see spores in the show. I just don't know how they'd put it in because, like to your point, the game tells you this area has spores. Make sure you put
I
your
got
mask
theories
on.
on that.
So that's that. I like Joel and Ellie's dynamic so far. it's gonna get way better, and I'm gonna cry again, and I'm gonna be even more
I'm
on
gonna
Joel's
cry
side by
in
the
like
end of
3
this.
episodes. I'm probably gonna cry next episode. I'm gonna cry every episode.
I'm telling you now. I'm gonna start the next movement, and it's gonna start riots all across the U.S. I don't care if I get canceled for this. I'm starting the next movement. Fuck all y'all.
Oh, the
Um,
one we're having a conversation at the end of the show? That
yes,
movement?
I am.
Yeah.
I am
Okay.
starting that
We'll talk
movement,
about
and
that. We'll talk about that when we get there.
if it starts riots across the U.S. and it triggers COVID-3, it's okay. I'm starting that. It's a
COVID
correct
3,
purpose.
oh no.
So also,
Minute
did
two.
you see that? Did you guys see the Did you guys see the
Yeah.
fucking SARS poster on the wall when she's walking through, and they're like showing like this? Was it different diseases they were showing up on the
Yeah,
wall?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
those are real.
I was like, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um.
those are real. Yeah. SARS,
Yeah. I
made
know.
up in the
I wasn't.
Lazarus universe.
No, I wasn't saying that
No.
they're
I mean
fake.
like
I'm.
posters like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Um. And then overall, I'm liking the episode. Um, definitely one hurt me more than two, but
Yeah.
I'm loving the series so far. The only thing that I would want, I need these episodes to be longer. Don't give me 50 minutes. I'm gonna fucking die with 50 minutes. I want them to be longer. But I know that's not something that
I gotta
obviously.
be honest, I have no issue with episode length so far, because so far I've been watching it, and then it ends, and I'm like, what the fuck? But I don't think I'm not, I mean, I'm craving more, but I'm not like, I don't feel like I got a full episode. So I'm okay with the episode length. Like, if they put out a 20-minute episode and I watch it and I go, holy shit, that was a lot. Like, that's possible. Because this 50-minute episode felt like it had more information than the first episode to me. Because the beginning of the first episode is, like, it's intense and it's building up to something. Almost everyone, I mean, everyone who's played the game knows what's going to happen, but it's still building up to it. And then there's this slow, like, hey, meet the characters, you got to introduce yourself, here's the plot. And then in this one, we go to 3 places, we lose a character, and we establish the relationship going forward. And now we're going somewhere else. Also, I like the change that they made, where she doesn't say, get her to Tommy's. She says, get her to Bill and Frank's. In the game, she says, go to Tommy's, and then you stop at Bill's, because you're like, he has supplies, we're going to need supplies on the way to Tommy's. But no, you're directly now going to Bill and Frank, because Tess told you to go there, which is cool. I like that change as well.
For the duration of the episode. Now, I thought when I was watching that the episode was done right after the museum, when they go down the ladder. I thought it would just fade to black.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
thought so too.
That was like an end of an episode, for sure.
Yep.
And then it kept going, because I didn't check the rest, how long is left. I was just like, okay, let me just see where this goes.
It felt like you already went through a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was the end of the episode. I was like, oh, wow. They're still going to breach the city hall in this episode. Interesting.
So I was kind of there. Again, before this episode came out, I figured Tess would die in episode 3. Because I just remember that portion of the game being, I mean, about as long as 3 episodes out of 9. It felt right. But then, as I thought through it, as that episode went on, I was like, oh shit, they're ending with Tess's death, because they're not going to end and then drag out the museum. Or, like, there's not much that comes after the museum before the Capitol. Because Tess has been bit, and since where she got bit, it's so close to her brain, it only takes a few hours.
Yeah.
Because if you're bit on the leg, it takes, 24 hours or something like that, they said? Because depends where you're bit, the distance to the brain. Which is kind of weird, because that's not how long blood takes. So I I think I guess it's about how quick the mushroom grows.
No, yeah, it's a fungus
W-
propagating.
Yeah.
Would you, if you got bit in the leg, and let's say you just cut your leg off,
No.
wouldn't that stop it?
No. Because it
Why?
spreads all over the body, but it still grows from that point.
So what if you just cut your lower half off?
Then you're dead.
I mean, you could
Not a
live
lot
with
of
that.
surgeons in this time period. Also,
You would need a medical team, which doesn't exist at the moment because, you know, you've got...
yeah, limited resources would kill you, but if you had resources, you would still be infected because the way it works is the detection system is, as far as we know, the detection system that Fedra has is 100% accurate. So as soon as you're touched by it, you are already positive for it. That's how quick it works. It just doesn't start presenting symptoms until hours later because it's already in you. You're fucked. There's literally nothing you can do. So it doesn't matter if I bite your toe and as I'm biting it, you cut your toe off, and then you're like, no, let's cut the leg off. How high are you gonna go before you realize it's too late? Like, it's too late. As far with all the information that we have now from the game and stuff, that's what I'm saying. Maybe the show will come out with more, where they'll talk about in the beginning they tried to like remove limbs or something, which I could totally see them doing. Another opener will be like, this person got bit, so we cut off their leg. They've turned. This person got bit in the leg, and we cut off their lower half. They still turned. Like,
if we're fucked no matter what, the minute you get it, right? Yes. What can a vaccine do to stop that?
Prevent you from getting it.
But if you already have it, you're already fucked.
As far as we know, I don't know.
You would have to do...
I was asked by this at work today by that one lady. And she was like, would it reverse anything? And I'm like, that's not really explored in the game. And I don't know if it'll be explored in the show. And then I was like, I really don't want to answer questions about this because I don't want to eliminate what could happen in the game or in the show for her. But anyways, Kevin, what were you saying?
I mean, if we're looking at it as a fungus, the only like cure, because there's cures for fungus. I mean, that scientist person or whatever from the TV show,
the 60s
talk show in the beginning, like there's antifungal creams and all kinds of stuff in the world. So I don't know where the hell he was like, oh, there's no cure.
Maybe they didn't have it that time.
It's inside you too. What do you put inside of you to fucking cure that shit?
You just start chugging antifungal cream.
No, you can't do that, Kevin. You can't do that. Can confirm, can't do that. He was talking about if it turned into something else, it wouldn't be possible to make a cure for that. It's not like... Also, Destinor, I think you brought up a good point. How long has antifungal cream been around?
Yeah, I feel like probably back then it maybe wasn't as studied or researched, right?
It would be, I think the first ones would have been with athlete's foot, but I could be wrong on that. That I think is the most common fungal infection, right?
Also, if we're going off this thing mutated and now turned into the cordyceps that we know now, what would make the vaccine from Ellie's blood any bit potent against this thing if this thing is consistently evolving?
Couldn't tell you. I don't know if that's what they're doing with Ellie. Couldn't tell you.
So then there was no point to kill Ellie at that
You're
point.
asking a question about the ending of a show that we're on episode 2 of that they're not exploring, and what are you doing right now?
Well, then I'm going off the game.
No, we're not doing that. We're not talking about that until the end. I already told you. We're not going into the end of the game until the end of the show because more information to present. And why would you do this? It was such a good talk. I just don't understand. Why would you again bring it up? Hey, Hey, even though we're only 2 episodes in, I want to go back to the old conversation using the limited information we now have learned from the show instead of waiting before we can have a final discussion on it. Just wait.
Because that's what we do.
No, it's not. Wait. As I literally told you 10 minutes ago when you started talking about it again.
Okay, I'll wait then.
Just fucking wait.
It's hard to do. Coming
I
from
know.
you two, who has no
It's
patience
patient.
for anything.
I know. It's difficult, and I respect that you've held off as long as you did during this conversation. But hold on. Because by the end of this show, I may agree with you.
No, you won't.
Yeah, we'll see.
No.
I have
Yes or no?
information regarding the history of antifungals. It appears until 2 to 3 decades ago, only a few drugs were available for treatment of fungal infections. The status of the therapy changed dramatically in the late 1960s.
Ooh.
With the introduction of new broader spectrum agents and iodinated trichlorophenols and another word that acted by disruption of the fungal cell membrane. So it seems like they started like rapidly studying in the late 1960s, which is when
1968 was that opening scene.
Yeah.
So that guy said that, and somebody was like, you know what? Fuck that guy. That evidence isn't. Our studies aren't out yet. We're about to ruin this man's whole career.
Or somebody was like,
oh my god, we gotta do something.
Yeah. I like this canon now. They saw that and they're like, okay, we're prepared now. Because that man freaked everybody out. He was kicked out of the United States. They're like, you're not on here anymore. Also, the other scientist that was on there, that character actor who played that other scientist in the first episode, he is in so many things where he is the weirdest fucking person ever. And I just love how he played the most normal person in that scene. Global pandemic's no good. That's scary. It could happen. COVID, wink, wink. But, alright. Cool. Anything else about the second episode? Anything else about the show overall? It's getting kind of late.
Yes.
About the show?
Well, okay, hold on. In what way? Because I would like to talk a little bit about, like, I have a fear for the future of the show.
Oh, Kevin, I wanted to go with, like, what do you think? Not even theory. I was going to say theories, but, like, I don't know. What do you expect in the future? And that fits. Do that. What is your fear?
I have a fear for the show based on how good it is now. I'm aware that The Last of Us 1 and 2 have boss fights. I'm afraid for how that's going to translate into this TV show. I almost don't want whatever the hell the boss things were to be in this at all. But if that's true, give us something new. Something that wasn't in the video games. Because, why the hell not? Some new fungal creature.
I disagree on a new fungal creature.
Alright.
Just because the stages of infection are so...
Oh, are they rigid? Okay, never mind.
They're very rigid, and also it's based on time.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that conversation that Ellie and Joel have where she's like, how long do the infected live? And he's like, some live for a couple months, and some have been around for 20 years.
Uh-huh.
And then especially in 2, there's a specific one where it's fucking terrifying. Genesis, sorry, my bad. When Genesis was fucking fighting it was fucking hysterical. I know there's one boss that is making an appearance, but I don't have any concerns over it based on how they showed the clickers.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's just going to be tactics behind it. I don't think this show's going to end in like a boss fight or anything, because that's not how the game ends either. Like, boss fights in the game, I would say, are minimal and
Oh,
they're
yeah, no,
used
I
at the
know.
correct time.
Right.
So
I'm
I'm not super concerned about that, but I understand what you're saying.
because like I don't know. I just feel like how do you how do you have an impact on the viewer of more here's something that's potentially more deadly. You have even less chance of survival than what we already have seen.
Humans.
I mean, yeah, sure, I guess. Because we haven't really seen that yet, which is
Yeah, we
interesting.
haven't seen humans. We haven't seen. There are things, I would
Okay.
say, because there's camps of people where that will cause issues, and then there's also infected, and then it's mostly about numbers. In a way, I kind of understand. Like, I don't want to say they blew their load too early in regards to the clicker, but we only saw 2 clickers in a dark room, and I can't imagine that's the only dark room they have to go through.
Oh yeah.
Like, have we? When do we see a
haven't gone
horde
through
of
that.
clickers? Because that would be a fucking nightmare.
Right. We also haven't gone through that like iconic section. I forget where the hell that was.
The subway.
Underground, yeah, either a subway
Yeah.
or a parking garage or whatever. Yeah.
There's a parking garage thing in the second game,
Oh, okay.
which is
And then it was the subway. It was from
absolutely
the first
nuts.
game. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, there's a lot of underground things.
Where like when you're
Yeah.
playing on higher difficulties, everybody got stuck there who was streaming it for like freaking hours. Maybe it wasn't a subway. I can't remember what it looked like. But everybody got stuck in the same
Where
section
there's
of that
a lot of
building.
enemies and you have to like
Yeah.
sneak around.
Yeah.
It's the subway in the first game.
Okay.
My one friend, he played through the first game on Grounded like 9 times because he just loves the first game so much. And he was showing me one day like, oh, this is how you do it, and he knew every animation that every enemy did. And I was like, how long you been doing this? And he's like, yeah, I would literally just reload checkpoints and play this over and over until I could do it perfectly. And I'm like, there's something wrong with you. And he showed me like all different methods of like how you could stop. But then he teetered off of one of the methods for a second and died in a millisecond. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, fuck that. It's not for me.
Yep.
But, alright. Anything else? Second episode or anything else about the
No, that's
future?
really
Any
it.
worries? Any nerves? Anything?
Because like I don't really have a whole lot to be like, oh wow, this happened in the game. Let's see if it
Yeah,
happens in the
I
show
know
or
you
anything
don't.
like that.
So
Yeah.
that's why I stopped
But
Genesis
like,
from talking.
I mean, whatever. If it comes true, it comes true. Uh, but I don't know. I guess, like I said, that's really my concern because I just don't know how you shoot that well. But hey, maybe we'll see.
They haven't let us down yet.
Oh no.
Somehow.
Right.
Any Genesis? Any
I do
thoughts?
hope
Or...
other firearms get involved though too.
I think so. The firearms are kind of like a big thing in the first game.
Yeah,
I hope shivs are brought into this.
Ooh.
And maybe
Not
a bomb,
bad.
like a nail bomb thing.
I was
Or
gonna
at
say
least a
there's
Probably-
Molotov is
distraction
thrown at
devices
some
too,
point.
right?
Probably
Yeah.
next
Okay.
episode.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, there's I have
Yeah.
I also have some theories on the next episode, but I'm okay with not sharing them. So, you know what? I'm going to share it. I think we're going to get a flashback of Tess and Joel in the next episode at Bill and Frank's.
They said Tess and Joel were having a conversation. Somewhere in episode 2, and there was some like the slightest hint of there being like a possible previous relationship between the two of them.
Yeah, she
And
also crawls into bed with him and hugs him in the
well,
first episode. That
yeah,
Genesis also was confused about, by the way. In another conversation, he's like, who crawled into bed with Joel?
I thought it was a flashback to a different woman. It didn't look like Tess, but I guess it was Tess.
It was Tess, yeah.
I wasn't sure if he was dreaming it or not, and then she was there in the kitchen.
That's what I thought. I was like, is this a flashback? Is this Sarah's
Wild.
mother who we never
Absolutely
found
wild.
out about?
That confused two of you. Absolutely wild.
Well, it quickly cut from person in bed to just him, but he's still in the same position. So it's like, oh, is this like just him wishing there was
It
someone
cut to
there to
him
comfort him?
struggling to go to sleep.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
it cut to the woman we've been following in the same clothes get into bed with him.
The woman looked skinnier, looked like she had different color hair, but that could have been the lighting. I thought it was Sarah's mother. I was like, oh, we're going to get a flashback.
Sarah's
and
mother
finally
left
figure
him.
out-
And she's definitely dead. But he doesn't care at this point. I wonder if he ever went to go look for her. Huh.
Maybe I wanted to know.
Oh, God. I hope we don't get that episode. I'm Sarah's mother. Bum, bum, bum. And it's fucking Thandie Newton.
I like how we get the reference to the Left Behind DLC.
Oh.
He says, who were you in the mall
alone?
with? She goes, I was alone. You're 14? Oh, you got some balls on you, girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, her yeah was like, yeah.
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 Were you
like,
by
no,
yourself?
You fucking
Yeah.
lesbian.
Drag him on the floor.
Hey, Genesis, calm down.
What?
Oh, Genesis said something while you were speaking.
Oh.
Don't worry. Yeah, it was a cool reference. All right, anything else? Anybody else have anything to say? Desinoto, Genesis, we're moving on. We're ending it.
Anybody wants to advocate my movement, I'm going to start it real
Again,
soon.
we're not. We're just, what are you doing?
I am taking fundraiser donations.
If you're
for
going to do this every time we talk about this show, I'm banning this show from this talk until it's over. I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Can't fight against popcorn.
Well, I'm just saying, he just wants to bring this up every time. For some reason, even though not much more information has been introduced, so we'll just have the same back and forth argument where nobody moves. So let's wait until more information comes.
I'm also taking fundraiser donations for the Fuck Ubisoft organization as well.
Alright, he's back to normal.
They're pieces of fucking garbage.
Alright, it is currently 1:10 a.m. Kevin, I know you wanted to talk about Returnal TV.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how long you wanted to talk about that for.
Oh, not long. Hold
well,
on.
then,
all right, so
I would say jump
here.
into it.
Yeah, real quick here, alright? This
Fuck
show
Ubisoft.
better freaking take off and continue to do gangbusters to the point where PlayStation's like, you know, got another game that'd probably be a really good TV show. And you know, by that time, the people who did all the special effects for Stranger Things Upside Down probably won't have a whole lot to be working on. You can just cherry pick those crew, and we can have ourselves a Returnal TV show.
Yeah, I'm telling. I've mentioned this before. The Duffer Brothers, Netflix Returnal TV show starring Gwendolyn Christie. It would be amazing. If you don't know who Gwendolyn Christie is, she's the tall woman in Game of Thrones. She also was Captain Phasma in Star Wars, and she's also, I think, the principal in Wednesday.
Wow. You know what? You're right.
I know I'm right.
It's a good casting. I like it.
Assad Kizelbash, team up with me. I'm telling you. Or Assad Kizelbash? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, sir. You did great work with Last of Us. Also, fuck you for Uncharted.
Oh, God, my knee.
Is that it, Kevin?
Yep.
All right, well, if nobody has anything else, First of all, I want to say Genesis was absolutely right. This was going to take up the rest of the time, and then some. The show's real good. We love it. Duffer Brothers, Gwendolyn Christie, Netflix, HBO, whoever, get on that. Get on that. Make Returnal. Make Infamous. Don't hire the guy that kind of looks like Cole from Last of Us, though. He looked a little too old. He had a weird head. So, Genesis, take us home.
All right. After the body shaming that Adam gave, he's no longer, a liberal. And we're gonna strip that title from him. But thank you everybody for tuning in to this episode of Crafting a Chat. You can find us here every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Sorry, 10 p.m. 10:30 p.m. Twitch.tv/crafting a chat, youtube.com/starting too late with 2 R's. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. Go get bit by a clicker and go fuck yourself, Ubisoft. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.
We did it. We're heroes.